One's a focus guy.
All right, we're live.
Focuses or
We're live.
We're going?
We're going.
Awesome. All right.
so.
All right, we're gonna talk about that cop story that I just brought up. So I got pulled over. It was like, y'all know Jamie, right? Jamie, can't remember her last name.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
From high
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she had a party, right? And I was drinking a little bit, but I made sure I sobered up before I drove. So by the time I drove home, it was like 4 in the morning, and on her road it was like a curvy road, right? The speed limit was probably like 40. But this was in high school, so my parents wanted me home. So I was driving like 70 in the 40. I was flying, bro.
Damn,
Like
bro.
on these curvy roads. And a cop pulls me over, and he said, well, why are you going so fast? Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, sorry, sir. Like, I have to get home. It's late. He said, this is a nice car, though. And then he walked back to his car. And then he like, I thought he was going to write me a ticket. And he comes back. He said, you're cool, man. Like, don't worry about it. Just slow down.
Damn, bro.
But I have a Mustang too. Tell me about yours. And he started telling me he started asking me what mods I have, everything like that.
Did you
So
tell
then-
him about your exhaust?
Yeah, but I told him, I was like, yeah, I got an off-road X pipe and like muffler delete or whatever. He's like, oh, that's sick. He's like, yeah, I only have a V6, so I didn't put exhaust because it wouldn't sound too good. But yeah, and we just started talking for like 30 minutes. I was like, all right, where's my ticket? Like, just pull it out. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to you about this. Like, just give me my ticket. And then he's like, yeah, nice car, man. Just slow it down. And then he let me go. Yeah,
Wow.
I shouldn't have got out of that one. I've probably been pulled over like 25 times.
No
I've gotten
way.
one ticket.
25.
Yeah.
I've been pulled over 4 times and I got a ticket.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been pulled over yet.
Really? Never?
Yeah, no, never. Yeah, no.
Dude, I always get pulled over. It seems like every time I drive back from College Station, I get
But
pulled over.
why? Is it just because you're loud and you like bring attention, or do you speed, or what?
I
is
think
it?
my car just attracts attention.
Yeah.
So they pull me over for minor infractions like traffic violations.
Hmm.
And then I'm like talking respectfully. I'm nice to them or whatever.
So yeah.
And they're just like, all right, whatever. Like it's never been like that was a story where I feel like I should have got a ticket.
Yeah.
But I've been pulled over for my front license plate being in my windshield
Hmm.
like so many times, and little things like tinted tail lights.
Is that illegal, having your front license plate? in your
Yeah,
windshield?
you gotta have it the frontest part of your car.
But like some
Alright.
cars don't even have like the little holder thing.
Yeah, you're supposed to put one. You either drill it, or if you have a nice car, they tell you to like magnet like it to the front or whatever.
So you
Or
would
just like
So you would just drill it.
I have drill holes in mine already. My car came with like a lot of people hate buying nicer cars with the drill holes in the front, but mine came with it. Yeah, the dealership just throws it on there sometimes.
There's one time I got pulled over like twice, and that's literally an hour apart from each other. I didn't get a ticket from there because that was the time that I got pulled over. The second time, the first time I was just like, he just told me to slow down. I was going like 10 or something, like 10 over, and he just gave me a warning.
Yeah.
And the second time I got pulled over, I heard if you get a ticket, if you get pulled over 2 times in the same day, you're supposed to get a ticket. But I'm not sure if that's true. But he didn't even check anything. He just walked up to my window, and I heard him say something, talk about on the radio. I told you about this. It was like it
Yeah.
was a truck that was suspected of meth.
Oh really?
So he just like handed me my stuff back, and then he's like,
Damn.
"All right, you have a good one." And he just got in his car and drove off.
I see that on like live PD a lot. They're like
Yeah.
talking to someone and they get a call. They're like, "It's your lucky day," and they dip.
It was my lucky day, I guess.
Imagine,
Damn.
bro.
Yeah.
Imagine you say it's your lucky day to some guy with AKs in the back and heroin, and
Bro.
that'd be crazy. He's
Yeah.
Most cops, I feel like we talked about this before, how like if I was a cop, I wouldn't, like I feel like I wouldn't care about it enough. Like if somebody was speeding and like nobody else was on the road,
yeah.
I'd be like,
I'm too lazy,
whatever.
bro. If I'm like
No,
parked
yeah.
and my lights are off and I'm like looking at my computer, and it's like a 70 and some dude's going 75, I said, do I really
Yeah. No.
want to put my like you're putting your life in danger
Yeah.
pulling people over? Like you never know. So is it worth it?
like they also have like a quota to meet.
Yeah. They have quotas to meet. So
Yeah,
I
that's the
think by
problem.
the end, that's the. It shouldn't be like that though. I don't think you should.
In like Europe and stuff, they make the cop cars as bright as possible.
Really?
So if you need help, you can flag them down, like see them.
Yeah.
But here it's like
It's the
other way around.
to make
Trying to-
revenue.
They're meant to be stealthy.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
trying to hide them. Yeah.
I mean, they do have like the reflectors on the side, like when you're driving. But
Yeah, but there are reason they're reflectors and not. So when it's like
And not a whole bright. Car,
yeah, so when it's like dark, you can't see it.
I heard they're not supposed to hide. Like
You're not supposed to like unmarked police cars. I was watching a lot of YouTube videos are like illegal. Like they have to say police somewhere.
Really?
Like because there's people who are like fighting it and knew their rights and like talking about it, and the
Yeah.
cops were like just had to leave. a lot of people just don't know like that's not right or whatever.
So you can't get pulled over by a unmarked.
They're not supposed to, because people can have unmarked cars and pull you over and like rape you or something.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to be able to tell this is a real cop.
Like a real.
Then
cop.
what's
Yeah.
the point of unmarked cars for just?
It's for like undercover or stealth, but like it's not in certain cases. It's just not.
Yeah, but
legal.
if they're always undercover, and if it's for stealthy, then what do they do if they do see something? They can still pull you over.
I don't know the rules around it, but I just know that like if you get, at least for traffic stops, like people that are speeding, if you get like stopped by an unmarked police car, like you have every right to like not do anything. Just say no, I want like, or a lot of times they actually bring a marked police car. You tell them like, I don't feel comfortable. I don't know if you're a real cop. Like I need the real police here. Yeah, and so they'll have to call like the supervisor or whatever.
Yeah,
I
guess it was for like.
I mean, like undercover drug deals and stuff. I'm sure it's legal.
Yeah.
Like certain things like that.
I'm sure it is if they have like a real purpose or some investigation behind it that they need that, but not just for.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably need a
civilians and
warrant or
stuff.
something
Yeah.
to go undercover or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure.
I'm sure they have the paperwork.
Yeah.
No, they definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. There's just a lot of things that cops do that people don't know.
See, I was
whether
thinking-
it's right or wrong.
I was
A lot of
thinking-
people just don't know.
I was thinking about this on the way over here. It's like I don't have a problem with like a lot of cops, but I have a problem with a lot of the laws or like how they're worded, I guess, or that's how they're enforced. Like
Yeah.
just because like things like speeding. If you're going 70, like even when you take a driver's test, they say follow the flow of traffic, but there's no other traffic, and if you're going 70 and a 60, then how much more dangerous is it really to go 10 miles an hour over?
Yeah, and that's the
And-
thing is it's not really dangerous. Like on the highway, like you look at like the Autobahn, which has
Yeah.
no speed limit. Like that is not the highest like casualty rate. That's actually one of the lowest. Like going faster does not mean like more
Yeah.
dangerous. Like
Just if you can
more,
control
yeah,
it,
like
yeah.
in intersections is the most common accident.
And those are most of the time. I feel like that's people like running red lights, and
Yeah.
it's not like from speeding or maybe trying to make a light.
Speaking of red lights, did you see that Greg Abbott signed that red light bill?
Yeah. The cameras.
Red light
What?
cameras are illegal now
Yeah,
in
they're
Texas.
banned.
What does that mean? Like the cameras that detect whether you.
Yeah, they take a picture of your license plate if you run a red light and send you a ticket in the mail. Those are illegal now.
Yeah.
I ran a couple red lights. I was always scared of those.
Yeah, me too. I remember when I first started driving, like the first week, I didn't know how long yellow lights lasted.
Oh yeah.
So I like ran like 2 red lights
Yeah.
on accident, and I was so scared, but I never got the ticket.
Yeah, I think I ran like a couple, but never gotten the.
Bro,
Yeah.
I ran a red light. It was bold in the middle of being red. It was on that. It was like one of the places where they just put a red light or just put a light. So I was just used to just sort of driving through it.
Yeah.
Then after I drove, I was like, oh shit, that was a red light.
I remember in College Station, you know those lights where the sun's shining right at it, and you
Mhm.
can't tell what it is?
Yeah.
It was one of those, and everyone in front of me went, and I was like probably like 5 cars behind, like space wise, and I went, and Morgan's like, no, like it's red, and I couldn't see it, but
Okay.
apparently it was like super red, and I
Yeah.
ran it.
If everybody was going,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like
No, but I actually feel that they should keep them there now. The cameras, so you can use them for other stuff and not just the red lights.
They're not going to take them off,
They're not- yeah,
but the
there's no
thing that
reason
they
to.
made it illegal to send you tickets for running red lights.
running,
But
yeah.
I'm sure if there's an accident, they're going to use that as evidence.
Yeah, as
for-
evidence.
Yeah, for
That'd
sure.
be the smart
I
thing
mean,
to
they're
do.
there.
Might
They're
as
in
well.
place. Might as well use them for something.
Yeah.
I think toll roads are stupid if you think about it. It's just
I
like
mean,
because some people have they have to take toll roads, or
Yeah.
I guess none of the times you have to. There's always an alternate route.
but the people that take toll roads, that's why they're there. Is because you're using such an expensive like highway. You're basically paying the government for it in a way, like your tax money. So it's like that's the thing. If you don't use this service as much as other people, you don't pay as much
Yeah.
for like.
But if nobody drove on a toll road, then it'll still be like it won't like it's not like they're gonna shut it down.
No, I understand, but that's just like I mean, it's
Like, they
everywhere. It's
build-
nothing that
they-
I would be like.
It-
It's so messed up. That,
No, they build
It's supposed
toll-
to be something just to make it
Like-
faster for people, a faster option.
Yeah, they build toll roads just because like they can like have a faster route, and they said, oh, people are gonna want this, so they charge
Yeah.
them for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
Well, I feel if you charge them for it, it allows them to, like, by charging you, they're taking away people that would be on the road that would slow it down. So you're really paying for how empty it is.
Yeah.
You know?
But I know when I was in Virginia, it was like there was roads where the tolls would just add up. It was like 3 and 3 miles. It's like a toll road every mile.
Really?
It was like $15 by the time we got done with this.
Damn.
Damn. Bro, did you notice in Virginia everyone drives Maseratis? Like they're so
No.
common down there. Bro, I remember when I went to Virginia, I noticed that like every third car was like a Maserati. Like I don't know if Maseratis
Where
is
did
like
you stay?
in Virginia.
What part? What city?
Wherever you stayed. I remember you telling me and it was like right where I stayed.
We stayed in Roslyn. It's
Yeah, I think it
because-
was I don't think I was actually in Roslyn, but it was close.
Yeah. Well, where I was, not that many people drove. It was like only thing on the streets were like Ubers and buses.
Really?
Everybody was walking, because everything around there was pretty close. There was like it was like pretty much downtown.
Yeah, I remember just thinking it was like weird. There's got to be a reason. It's not like everyone like there's got to be like
Maybe it's just an East Coast thing.
yeah.
Imports cheaper. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be it. Import cheaper. Who knows?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never been into Maseratis.
Me neither.
I do you remember Coach Gilly? In high
Yeah.
He was into Maseratis. I always thought that was weird. Like I never thought them to be like in the same class as like Ferraris and
Yeah, no.
like
For
a
sure.
supercar.
I would
Corvettes.
call it like in the same class as like a nicer Mercedes or something. Like it's,
Nah, I like Mercedes.
I don't like Mercedes, bro.
I don't
What?
like them that much either. I
Like
don't
an
see the
S-Class?
appeal.
They're cool, but I would never buy a Mercedes.
Yeah.
S class.
I'm
think-
I'm into BMW more than I am into Mercedes.
I think I would never buy like an S class. I know they're nice. I think they're cool. Like there's one I saw the other day at the racetrack. On
Like a S550 or something like that.
no,
The
well I don't
superluxury
know
one?
what it was, but it was like gold and had black rims. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, anyway, it was a nice car. I was saying S classes. They're like I feel like it'd be weird to drive them because they're sort of like luxury, like how Maybachs aren't really meant to be driven and Rolls aren't really.
They're meant to be the passenger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it'd be weird to like buy one and just drive it to work and they have.
Yeah.
they spend
But
all
an
this
S
money on the
class, I
backseat.
feel like it's not weird to drive. But a Maybach is weird to drive.
I feel like S classes are pretty like they're like that. S classes are huge.
They are they're super nice, but they're definitely more affordable than like a Maybach or something. Like in a
Right.
Maybach, like all the equipment is in the back seat. Like there's a fridge back there, just everything for the backseat driver.
Is that the way it's supposed to be? Like
Yeah,
for-
it's supposed to be you have a chauffeur.
really?
Yeah.
Some of the options on those cars are stupid. Like in Rolls, the umbrella that you can get in the door.
It's like a $5,000 umbrella.
Yeah.
No way, really?
It's a nice
Damn.
umbrella, I guess.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like the point of the car is just to provide the best ride, not to provide
Yeah.
not to provide the best drive. That's
Bro, I
Mhm.
want to be in a Rolls Royce so bad. Apparently, it's like a cloud, bro. Like it's just
Really?
like the most comfortable, like sound deadening, like the best like ride
Damn.
you could experience. I can't imagine how good. Like I know cars for what I've driven, like for what they are.
yeah.
There's never that.
I feel like if you grew up in a Rolls Royce, then you couldn't go to another car. Like,
Every
to a
car
normal
feels like
car.
it's about to explode.
honestly,
Yeah.
it's just a hoopty. But
So it's supposed to
Never
feel
gonna
like
happen.
smooth. The ride is and all that stuff too. Damn.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like luxury. Like they have like premier like watch brands making the clocks in the car, and like it's
Yeah.
just like
yeah,
the best material.
Rolls has Rolex making their clocks.
Yeah, I think
Really?
Rolls
Yeah.
is Rolex. Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy.
I didn't know about that. Yeah.
I mean, here we are. I'm driving a Honda.
Yeah.
Clock sponsored by fucking Honda.
Some Chinese company.
I remember watching. I don't know if y'all know who Dave Ramsey is, but it's like some
I-
financial guy who helps you like,
Mhm.
and he just makes like videos. Or he has like a radio show. So I was just listening to him, and some guy called. He said, "Hey, a lot of people call and ask if they can afford what they own or what they want to buy," and he's like, "Yeah, I just bought a car. I want you to let me know if I should be driving this type of car." So what did you buy? He said a Rolls Royce Phantom, which is like a $300,000 car or whatever. I don't even know. But and he's like, "You bought what?" He said, "How old are you?" He said, "I'm 22." He said, "You're crazy." He said, "How much do you make a year?" The dude says, "I make about $3 million a month." And then he
Fuck,
said,
bro.
"You're 22 making $3 million a month?" And he said, "Yeah." He said, "Buy that car, buy 10 of those. I don't care. Like you got the money. Like
What
you're."
did he do?
Damn, but
He
yeah, what
he
is it?
started an IT company or something.
They're
Damn.
popping off.
He called
dude.
just to flex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he knew he
Yeah.
could afford it, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Damn,
Yeah.
bro.
Bro, if I made that kind of money, I feel like I've been sort of getting like I want to say more responsible with how I think financially. But like I wouldn't spend it on a car.
me
I'm
neither,
just-
bro.
Yeah.
Even if I had like let's say like 100,000 a year, I'm making good money. I would never buy a car that's worth more than like 30 grand.
Mhm.
Like if I was making like eventually after years of saving, but like people that come out of college land a really good job
And buy a car right
and buy
after.
like a $30,000, $40,000 brand new car. Like I would buy a used car, maybe 25, like
Yeah.
20, maybe.
Yeah, buying a new car is never like a good.
Yeah, buying a
That's-
new car. That's
not
what
a good
Dave
deal
Ramsey
ever,
said.
yeah.
Like he's a millionaire, but he said that he's never bought a new car. He's like, just buy like 6 months old with a couple hundred miles. Like they sell those,
Yeah.
and you don't lose that 10% the second you drive off the lot.
Yeah,
It's a big cut.
Yeah. As soon as the car is considered used, bro,
Yeah.
it's a lot less money.
I don't see why. I guess this is all the dealerships making all that
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
It's not really like the car brand.
It's crazy that like certain car makers are selling millions and millions of units a year, but Ferrari's selling like 8,000 a year.
Dude,
If
these
that-
supercar companies are broke.
Yeah,
Like,
they are broke.
they do not make that much money.
But the reason they're broke is because they invest all their money in engineering, which
Yeah.
goes into the lower end cars eventually.
Yeah,
So, I mean, That's why they're all partnered. Like that's why with like Pagani and stuff that aren't partnered with lower brands, like that's hard for them to stay in business. It really is.
yeah, they make that's why all the cars are like millions of dollars for like the same thing that Ferrari can get you for. Like,
Yeah. And they also
few
like
hundred
source
thousand.
their engines from like Mercedes, like AMG and
Oh,
so
really?
they don't want like
Yeah,
they
but-
don't they focus on the styling and like the
The design. And,
the design,
Yeah.
but they take a lot of mechanical parts from other people.
Yeah, I know. A lot of them use like AMG engines. Like Pagani uses AMG,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I know. Does the Bugatti still have that Volkswagen engine? It had a
W16.
Yeah, it had that was a Bentley engine, right?
I think so. I don't know whose engine it was, but it definitely shared an engine with another car. I think. I could be
I don't
wrong.
know.
It could be something. I don't know. I've
Actually,
never been a
think it is.
Bugatti guy.
I do not like how they look.
Yeah.
They look too round. Like,
It looks like a Beetle.
Yeah, they do look weird.
I don't know. I think
I used to be a Porsche guy, but bro, now if I had real money, I'd buy a Lamborghini.
Right.
Like it's like the flashy like kids car,
Yeah.
but something, bro. I just want to be that. Like if I have that money, like for me, like I was like I want a Porsche. Like I don't want people to think I'm like rich. Like I don't want to be that guy.
I'll buy Ferrari.
But I would definitely buy a Lambo.
Bro, the badge on like Lamborghinis and Ferraris, they like mean a lot to people that don't know cars like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a Ferrari pulled up to Shenanigans once, and where the way people were like taking pictures, going outside taking pictures of it,
Really?
just because it
I
was a
never
Ferrari.
Yeah. And you pull up with like a GT3 RS, like a $250,000 Porsche that could whoop that car on the track, and it's like no one cares. They don't know. They don't because it looks like every other Porsche. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's a lot of Hellcats, and there's a Demon that pulled up a couple of times, and just people don't care about it just because
Yeah.
they don't know. But that Ferrari was like a 2011 California. So like a
A
Demon's,
California, bro. I hate
yeah.
when people take pictures of
a
California.
Demon's like worth more than that car.
Yeah.
Car's like
a California is just cool
$80,000
because it's a
car.
Ferrari. It's a normal ass car.
Really?
Besides
I like
that, yeah.
I like the FF.
The FF.
The,
those
like
are, yeah,
Those are sick.
those are sick. I like that body style.
Like the wagon. Sort
It's like it looks like it is front engine, right?
yeah.
Yeah, just the front engine look with the big hood. Those are dope.
That's the California.
Yeah, but the California is not a sports car, bro.
What was
That's
that?
a car.
Oh, the GTO. That's what it's called, right? This one that sort
The
of looks
Pontiac GTO?
like. No. It's a Ferrari. It's
Oh,
called-
I never heard about
I
that.
think it's what it is. It's
Have you
like,
heard about the Superfast, the F12 Superfast? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, I've heard about it,
Those things are sick.
but this I like that front engine look. No,
Yeah,
was
me
it the GTO? It might have been the 599.
Yeah, the only GTO I know is the Pontiac GTO.
There's definitely more GTOs than that.
Yeah, I know there are, but that's the one I think of. That car's sick, the GTO, like the Pontiac one.
Like the newer ones?
Nah, they don't make them anymore.
No, like the 2000 ones or like the
Yeah, the 2000.
60s.
They're pretty fast.
Yeah.
Anyways, off of cars. So tell us, Arturo, any stories you have with the cops? Any stories you have just growing up?
I'm yeah, like I said, I mean, I've never been pulled over. Never had any really bad run-ins.
Did we ever have trouble with the cops, like playing soccer, like jumping the fence to play soccer or anything?
I feel like not with parents more.
Yeah.
We'd get yelled at with random parents. I feel a lot more, just cause no one cared, bro. I mean, at the end
Yeah.
of the day, you had to be that type of person to care about some kids playing soccer, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember me and my friend Brady, we were skating at Discount Tire over here,
Yeah.
and they had this bench outside. But all their showroom's like glass, right?
Yeah.
So we were skating it, and our boards kept hitting the glass a little bit, but like not hard. So we just kept skating it, and then the cops pulled up and like started yelling on their speakers like, "Get on the ground!" Like blah blah blah. Apparently the alarms went off from hitting the glass that someone like broke in and like
Damn.
was robbing the place, and
Oh,
we were
so
just
they thought-
skating. Yeah.
Damn.
And they're like once they noticed, they're like, "Oh, you're good," and like, "Sorry." So y'all can't be skating here. Like it set off the alarms.
Yeah. Damn.
Like 4 squad cars pulled up. It was crazy.
People really trying to steal tires like that?
I guess so. I mean.
They're expensive, bro.
Yeah.
I feel
yeah.
like that's a bad thing to steal. It takes a lot of room. You gotta pull it with an 18 wheeler to steal.
Yeah,
a
but
bunch
they're
of tires.
easy. I feel like they're easy to sell.
Yeah, you can sell them like that, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like not trackable. Like they're gone.
Yeah, because I mean, stealing tires is like a thing is like old as cars, really.
Yeah,
Putting a car on brakes.
Yeah.
bro, I'd be so mad. Imagine just walking out to
Yeah.
your car and it's on brick.
That'd be so.
Bro,
That'd be so bad.
God damn, that would suck.
what do you do for
Yeah.
that?
What are you
How
supposed to do at that point?
You just buy new wheels and hope they didn't mess up your brakes by sitting on the cinder block.
Yeah.
Didn't Michael?
Yeah.
Wait, what happened with that?
You know Michael?
Gonzalez or?
Yeah.
He crashed his car or his homie's car or something, and he couldn't afford a new wheel, so he just found a car that had the same wheels and
Damn,
took a
bro.
wheel.
It's not cool.
That isn't
Yeah,
cool,
nah,
bro.
What the fuck?
I feel like that'd be like an annoying car. That'd be something annoying to deal with. Just having to get
Yeah.
your car out of there and then having to worry about your brakes and everything.
Bro, it's weird that we're gonna have to deal with these things. Like
Yeah.
things come up for our parents all the time. Like there goes another $300, $400, $500. Like
yeah.
another one tomorrow. Like just this happened. Like all these little nuisances that cost so much money.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
but the people that we hire people to mow our lawn or to do our lawn care.
Yeah.
And they like ran over a rock with a lawnmower and it broke one of our glass doors. Like that bitch is like shattered.
Really? Did they just shoot it
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
What are you
I
supposed
guess-
to do?
it's like they're sort of paying for it, but it's like a payment plan. So they're gonna pay for it over.
Oh,
a
really?
couple
They're
things.
paying for it?
Well, it's sort of like I'm not sure. I haven't asked that many questions, but I know it's like they're not giving everything up front. I think it's just like they're doing like a discount or something.
Bro, that's
I don't
always a hard thing to deal with when someone accidentally breaks something that's yours.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do here?
Yeah. It's a moral thing. I feel.
Like if you hand your homie your phone and he accidentally drops it and shatters it, like
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, bro.
it's like, do I want to charge you? like,
Yeah.
you broke it, I can't afford it to fix
Yeah.
it, but like, am I gonna just? I don't know. It's always a hard thing to deal
It
with.
is a hard. I mean, it depends how close you are. I think.
Yeah.
Or how like bad the situation was. Obviously, if they're like fuck with it or something, like,
Yeah.
okay, bro, you're asking for it. But just like any random accident like that, like, damn, like, cause shit happens all the time, bro.
all the
can't
time,
control
bro.
it.
When we get old, we're gonna have to. Some parents just know how to deal with it and not get frustrated.
Dude,
Yeah.
like one time I ran over a nail and I had a flat tire and I just told my dad and he's like, okay, we need to get you a tire tomorrow.
No, yeah,
like he
yeah.
he didn't care.
Yeah.
That's how
Or
my
he was
dad
just sort of
is,
chill.
but
Yeah,
I don't
my
I
parents
feel
too,
like
yeah.
I feel like you understand that when you have kids, you know.
Yeah.
Like accidents happen.
Yeah.
Like my sister or I like will get a little fender bender. Like when I dented my car, he's like, "Oh, that sucks." Like he knows it's my fault. He's like, "I mean, what can you do? It
Yeah.
happens."
No.
But like if my kid told me like, I'd be like now I think I would be so mad
Yeah.
but like in that moment you see your kids
But-
like
but
they're
think
just
about it,
I
learning.
dude.
think it's just because
But-
we're broke.
No, but think about all the other mistakes we've made growing up. Like at that point, you know, like it's whatever,
They
you know,
understand.
you
It's
know,
just
it's the usual.
It is what it is.
You know, like shit happens.
Yeah.
Oh, kids are expensive.
Kids are
Kids are
super
fucking
expensive, bro.
Yeah.
Like if I get rich, I'm not gonna. I feel like anytime a kid is like sort of disrespectful to their parents, I feel like that sort of really ticks me off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Grinds my
bro.
gears, you
Yeah.
know.
No, it really does. Yeah.
Just because
They do so much for you. And even if they're not like, even if your parents aren't like, we have blessed like really good parents,
Mm-hmm.
but like even if you have parents that aren't as nice or as good to you, like they are still
yeah.
making sacrifices every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never understood that. I remember, I think it was me and Morgan were talking about yesterday. Like imagine having a kid, bro, and you just look at it like the vibe's off, man. Like I don't like you. You just say never mind, the vibe's off.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Kids
Yeah.
are expensive,
bro, having a kid young must be like that's something that'll really make you grow up.
Yeah.
Like there's probably no other experience in life that'll change you as much as having a kid.
yeah, no.
I feel like that switch changes for a lot of guys. Like when you know you're gonna have a kid, like okay, this isn't for me anymore.
Yeah.
But with some guys, it just doesn't, and that's when you see him like just not there.
Yeah.
But I feel like for me, it's gonna be like
No, yeah.
like
Because I just wouldn't feel right doing that. You know, like
Yeah.
that's a whole life. You know?
Like this is caused by my actions.
Yeah.
Like this is now my responsibility for the
Yeah.
rest of my life.
Yeah, and just knowing that you have that responsibility out there and you're just not taking care of it, you just neglected it. Like,
Yeah.
I just wouldn't be comfortable with that, feeling like that at least.
Speaking of cars, what kind of are you
What?
gonna be the dad that buys your kid a nice car or nah?
I'm not gonna do a nice car, but I'm not gonna do some piece of shit.
If
you
I could
know?
afford it, my kid's running around in a Lamborghini.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not, bro. My kid's
Yeah.
gonna drive a safe car, a car with the best like safety technology,
Yeah.
a car that'll get good gas mileage, a
No,
car that'll
yeah.
take you from point A to point B,
Yeah.
and that's nice. But don't expect anything flashy.
Yeah, no, it's not
be
anything
stunned.
fast either. So.
So you said Jay got a Stinger?
Yeah, or he's getting one.
Dude, I feel kind of bad.
Why?
Because like or you suggested it.
Bro, I told him I hung out with him this morning. I was like, "Are you buying the Stinger because you want the Stinger, or because I said that's a cool car that it would be nice for you?" He's like, "I don't know." He just doesn't care,
His
bro. He
dude.
doesn't.
Wait,
I want to
how,
have those problems.
that's a pretty pricey car.
Oh yeah,
Really?
yeah. I mean, it's a nice car. I told him that suggestion not because it's like a fast car, like a crazy car,
Yeah.
but because it's a very nice luxury. Like he'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it's not like a bad thing that he's choosing to get one.
Yeah,
but the
no,
fact
but-
that he doesn't like, yeah,
I feel like
He
that.
doesn't care.
Yeah, I sort of feel like he doesn't want one. You know,
yeah.
or he would want a different car. I feel bad because
I
Well,
asked him, I was
sort of
like, "Is there
just
anything else you
suggested
want?" He's like, "No." He just doesn't care.
That's weird.
He said he listened to our last podcast, the whole thing.
well,
Yeah.
Wait, did he like it though? What he said? Was he
He's the
saying-
one. What I was telling you that he just said we were a little too serious.
Too
We gotta
serious? Oh, yeah, that's
joke-
right.
yeah, which we were.
So we got to shout out Jake.
Shout out Jake. Hope you're
shout out
listening.
Jake. Yeah. So wait, did you say you would just get your kid a car that would just go to point A and point
No,
B?
yeah, I'd do something similar. Like I don't want to give him something bad or like something that you wouldn't want to have around, but just something that's nice, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Like if they told me they wanted like, I would let them input. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
just buy them a car. Like let's say
Yeah, something.
if I
that,
said, "Hey,
like,
get a Kia Soul," they said, "Nah, I want this Ford Fusion." I was like, "Okay." Like
Yeah, no, yeah.
okay, but I'm not. If they said like, I said, "Get this Ford Fusion," they say, "No, I want this like."
I want a
Like, if-
Ferrari.
No, not even just that. Just if they said like, "I want a Corvette" or something,
Yeah.
or like, look at these older Corvettes, they're the same price. I'd be like, "Yeah, but like
Yeah.
the car I bought, like I wouldn't let my kid buy."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if they worked for
It's
it, yeah,
impractical, bro. I told you.
yeah. But just like,
That's why everybody needs to get a Honda. Perfectly reliable.
yeah.
$20 insurance.
That's the
all
thing,
cheap.
bro. It's so like, I would want
It's
my
cheap,
kid
bro.
like with the tire, like a Honda Fit tire. Like it's no big deal. Like you can get them. But if a kid has an older Corvette, like modified, like the tire's a big deal.
I
Yeah.
never think about it because
With-
like
With old cars, that's the problem. Like repairs.
Yeah.
it's parts and stuff.
Yeah, the parts are expensive.
Yeah.
Not like the car.
Yeah,
What were
and
you
it's
saying?
like with my tires, like because I have the wider wheels in the back, I gotta like order them. Like you can't just walk
Oh,
into a
yeah.
tire store and get them.
Yeah.
Like most of the time, so it's just annoying. Like it's not practical, bro.
Yeah. You don't think about that when you actually have the car. Like I got gas, and for me it's $20 to fill it up. 25 depending on how much it is.
Yeah,
And I see like when I went with Matt in his truck, he had like a good $50 at least just on one tank. That just like
yeah.
damn, bro. Like you don't realize the differences in expenses. Like you said, the tires
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
But the thing is, with gas, you can't really compare because like his tank is just bigger.
That's
yeah,
true, yeah.
It's just like
But it's less efficient no
It's
matter
less
which way.
efficient.
and it
yeah.
goes by
but like he probably fills up less than you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The trucks are like not a good and like they're just not good unless you're really gonna use what they're good for, like
Yeah.
hauling stuff.
Like trucks are a tool. Like a lot of people, like I want a truck and I probably wouldn't use it to like
a
I would
tool.
lose money in the long run for what I'm getting for it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But there's some people that like it's a truck or you lose money.
Yeah.
Like you can't
You
you
do
can't do
get
your
the
job.
power.
You can't
Yeah.
certain things like that. But
like if you just have a truck just to like drive to school, drive to work, and then go home, it's like
There's
it's
no
not
point,
really. It's like it's hard to drive. It's inconvenient to drive. Just having to back out, but just sort of back into places.
hmm
It's so not worth it. The gas.
I hate that I'm into cars. Like it's
What?
that like I want like I couldn't just buy a car
Yeah.
and just like say, "Oh, it's a cool car." Like I would have to like drive it, have fun with it. Like there's people that drive cars just to drive cars, and there's
Mhm.
people that drive cars for the enjoyment of like liking the car.
Mhm.
And I'm in that like liking the car. and it's expensive, bro, because you like a car and then you have this car and then the next car you want to like more, which
Yeah.
always seems to be more expensive. And it's
Yeah, it's like a hole that you keep getting into.
yeah,
Like, people that like sort of like any collector.
Yeah.
It's like anytime they like this, they always have that story. The first time they bought that one thing,
yeah,
it's
they're
like they loved
hooked.
it so much, and the next thing it's like, oh, it has to be.
Yeah,
Right.
Then it gets to the point where, at least for collectors, I'm not sure like you with cars, it's like you don't want to do this, just because it's like it doesn't work out to. Like you wouldn't buy a car just like you can afford it. It's the perfect car for you, safety rating, but it's like it's not as enjoyable as you since you already had a car just like it.
yeah,
So like collectors, what I was gonna say, it's like they don't want to get this like comic book just because it's not worth the same thing as this other comic book. Like as it like what
they
it
might
would be worth.
enjoy the cheaper comic book, but the fact that it's like this is like the better one
The rare
is
or
what
whatever.
makes them, what drives them to get,
Yeah.
you know. It's a bad habit in some things, but a good habit in other things, you know.
Mhm.
If like you're never satisfied with your business or whatever, and you're always trying to improve.
Grow, yeah.
Yeah,
But you talk about how you hate being in the cars. Like one thing that I hate, this is gonna sound like an interview question. Like I hate how sort of like competitive I am with some things. Like when we play these fighting, like Smash.
Yeah.
bro,
It's
you
just
get
some- no,
so
it's just
competitive.
something
Always
that
get
it's just something that
competitive, yeah.
naturally like comes to me. I just like fighting. I just like fighting games and stuff like that. Just because it's like
I mean, you just want to be good. There's
I mean,
no,
yeah,
there's
it's
no big
fun
deal.
to
just
win.
want to win.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. Who has fun losing? I'm not fun losing.
I was never that kid though in sports. Like
Yeah.
when I played people who played against people who played my sport, I
Mhm.
was competitive.
Yeah.
But when I played against people who were obviously they didn't care about winning, that I was never that guy.
yeah.
You know.
There's always those. Oh, I can't stand those
Yeah.
people, bro. There's no point. Yeah. But
I don't know. I wish I played like a more individual sport. Like when I was growing up, I played baseball. And a lot of times, it's gonna sound bad, but I was thinking like, man, my team is
Trash.
some of these dudes are whack, bro. Y'all
Yeah.
are bots. But I don't know. I still enjoyed it. I wasn't like as competitive as like I am with individual stuff. Like
Yeah.
if I don't
No,
know.
that's the thing. I
Actually,
never
like
wanted to be
golf.
the best on the team. I always wanted to be on teams where like I was like the average or trying to get
Yeah.
good. But
Yeah.
there's those people that just love like being better than everyone and will drop down levels to be way better than everyone.
Mhm.
It's like no, I'd rather be competitive, you know, and
Yeah.
actually have competition.
yeah.
I always sort of I don't get how people have that mindset of they just want to be the best and they're willing to go down, sort of be worse to be the best at their level.
Yeah.
To be.
That just like makes no sense because like the people like yeah you may be average at the level above you, but you're getting better. You're actually
Yeah.
better at the sport or
Yeah.
whatever activity you're doing.
Yeah, they're not necessarily wanting to be the best they can be. They want to be the best there. you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's fun being the best. It's fun just.
It is fun
It is
just to
fun.
win and be the best at that point, but it's not. But you're at that point. You're not betting yourself. You know?
Yeah.
It
You're
doesn't
just
feel
staying.
as good when you win. Like if
Yeah.
Yeah.
it doesn't feel as good if you win if it's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For sure, for sure.
I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
something that some people have and some people don't. And just
It's the mentality.
yeah, that Mamba mentality.
That Mamba
Fucking
mentality.
mentality. You have a Mamba mentality, Arturo?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I think I used to, not
yeah,
anymore, bro.
or maybe on some things, but not in general.
Not on anything. You don't want to be the best escapologist of all time.
No, like I don't know. I want to be, like, I don't want to be the. I don't feel the need to be the best. I just want to get to a point where I know it's my best at least.
Are you
Yeah.
the type of person that finds satisfaction in outside opinions or in yourself? You know, like does someone need to
yeah.
tell you you're doing good for you to feel like you're doing good?
A lot of times it used to be yes, but more recently I've been found that like I can just see it within myself.
Yeah.
But a lot of times like it just happened recently. But a lot of times I used to think like, oh, like if people can't see it, what's the point? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm still like I still have that bad habit
Yeah.
where like I need
The
not even
confirmation
yeah
or
just
something.
confirmation
Yeah.
to
No.
make myself feel like it's I'm doing something.
And I feel like that too all the time, but I want to get out of that habit
Yeah,
You
for
know.
sure.
because it's, you need to be happy doing what you do.
Yeah, and as long as you're still like not just telling yourself you're always doing good, like you actually are honest with yourself,
Yeah.
like that's good to have.
Mhm.
But I think you could also like never care about outside opinions and always tell yourself you're doing fine, even
When
if you're
really
not.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, I always felt that like outside opinions always matter, just because you're not gonna move up in it where
Yeah.
nobody thinks that you're doing.
No, no,
good.
and it definitely does matter. People say, "Oh, it doesn't matter what other people think you," but it definitely does because we live in a society.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like you have to interact with other people, and if they think about you a certain way, they might not interact back or
Yeah.
in
for
your
sure.
favor. You know, so it does matter, but it does matter also to just have the feeling in yourself that you're doing your part. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it's also sort of like a confidence thing. Like if you're giving off this energy that you're doing the best, even just the best you can,
Yeah.
then people are gonna sort of reciprocate that
Yeah.
energy. It's
Mhm.
like, okay, maybe you are the guy, that
Yeah.
we need.
Like that video I was telling you about, the Joey Diaz one.
Mhm.
He was like, they interviewed one of his teachers,
Mhm.
and the teacher said like, yeah, in class I had those kids who were straight A students, right? And when I made them do better, it wasn't the same satisfaction that I got from these kids who didn't care about school and
Yeah.
just joked around and getting them to care about learning. He said like, I always had a better relationship with those kids. Like if an A student threw a pencil in the ceiling and got it stuck, it pissed me off more than if this kid who always does that, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's just like you understand that kid, you know? You're like, this kid is in a spot where he just doesn't like
Mhm.
this isn't his number one priority. I'm gonna try to make it that, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a different like when you see people like that, you know, turn around and succeed.
Mhm.
you-
It means more.
yeah,
In a way, you know.
Yeah. School is something that is really hard to stay. It's just hard to stay focused in.
it's a long
So-
time you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially because like that time in your life, it's like I really saw no point to school at some point.
And we're young. We don't know what we're doing or why we're doing it. You know, we're
Yeah.
just
It's
at that
literally
point,
been
we're
like
just-
our whole life.
We at that point we felt that we were just doing it to do it. But yeah, no, it's so formative and it's what we do. You know.
I think college, it's sort of like the only time that you really, like, sort of form. I don't want to say like the only time that you really learn, but it's the only time you're really gonna learn what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
Like everything is sort of preparing you for college.
like we
or
spent
for
more
your
time
life
we
outside
spent
of
more
high
time in elementary school and middle school than we have in high school and college,
Yeah.
and that was necessarily like not useless, but as far as like it kind of was useless, you know. Like no college is gonna look back at your middle school and
Well,
No, yeah.
but it taught you how to learn.
Yeah,
it
no,
taught
yeah.
you it taught you certain
And
skills.
socially, you get to know.
Yeah,
Bring these
but
people with you
and the
stuff, yeah.
and the fact of like numbers on paper is
Yeah.
useless.
I think grades wise definitely. If you get, barely past 70s on everything in high school and then you go to junior college and get straight A's, you could still go to
Yeah,
a
they're not
good
gonna
school.
care
And
about
if you get
Yeah.
straight A's in
Yeah.
college, and nobody's really gonna look at your high school transcript.
Yeah.
But like we said earlier, it's really that attitude that the colleges are looking for. That's sort of what they see on your transcript.
Yeah.
Right. There's just those kids, bro. Like who just you were one of those who just understood school, you know, like book smart
You
naturally.
just get it. Yeah.
And I've never like I it would be weird to be in that mindset,
Yeah,
just
so-
to be in someone else's body like that and just understand their thoughts.
But the thing is, I don't think about it. Like it just gets it. You know. 'Cause-
Yeah, but
yeah.
not necessarily you, like the people who are like super like
No,
this
the-
is their whole thing,
Yeah.
you know.
But I'm
I've
sure
always
for
wondered.
them, they don't think about it either.
It's
you
just
know?
normal.
It's just what's normal to them. We just don't.
But what
See
caused
those-
that, you know? Like
yeah.
what is that nature or nurture, you know? Like
Yeah.
like cuz you see families where one kid just has that and one kid doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like what was that moment, if there was a moment, or was it just nature?
I don't know. I want to say that it's just nature, but I'm sure there must be a nurture part of it. Some experience.
I think
that-
everything is a mix of both. I think it's
Yeah.
hard to say one. This
Yeah.
is, you know, but
And my sisters are like that. How they're always like school's pretty much it was their whole life. Now they're sort of branching out into different stuff.
yeah.
But like in high school, that's pretty much. I don't say that's not all they did, but that was their main focus.
Yeah.
Everything, all their extracurricular activities were
School related.
school
Academic
related.
wise, yeah.
Yeah. And they just, I mean, I don't think they thought about it. It's just like they just did the stuff they had to do, and they just did it like well. They just thought. I feel like they just tried harder.
Yeah.
Like people
Yeah.
that are book smart, I feel like it's just that mindset that you have that it's just more important than the people that aren't book smart. You know.
yeah.
Do you think so? Because I think it could be just as well just you could have someone lazy that is book smart and they're just gonna do better than someone that's not.
Yeah.
book
No.
smart
There's
and
definitely
lazy,
that,
you
but
know?
nobody's like really dumb.
Yeah,
Like,
a
you
lot
know-
of
Yeah, it's
a lot
not-
of people are one or the other, book smart or street smart. It seems
Yeah.
like there's those people that have both,
Yeah.
But it seems like the people that are very street smart or just more street smart understand that you can create something for yourself
Mm-hmm.
without going down this like very.
Yeah.
That's how it is for me.
Without the linear.
Like it's like I can mess up in school, I cannot do the greatest, but create my own success in the future.
Yeah.
And but the people that are book smart that aren't street smart said like this is who like
This is
what
the
I'm
path you have to
better
take.
at, so I got to take advantage
Yeah,
of
there's
it.
also people that like school. Once they're done with school, they're so good at it. It's like the only thing they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once they're done with school, they just like other people that have like 10 PhDs.
Yeah.
It's just what they do. It's like they're just good
Yeah.
at school. I'm not saying it's the only thing they're good at, but it's definitely one of the things that they're best at.
One of the
So
main thing. Yeah.
We always get back to school somehow.
Yeah.
Every
it's a
time.
big part of our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. It's
really
huge,
is.
yeah.
Our whole life.
Yeah, it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys ever think about like skills we pick up, not like through schooling or through like just life?
Yeah.
What one really weird one that I keep thinking back is like when you go to the grocery store. How do we know how to pick like the best like fruits or vegetables and stuff?
That's something like my mom told me.
Yeah, I
but,
just
but,
saw
but
it
that,
too.
that's just something that's just passed down. That's not any formal type.
I mean,
of,
it's just trial and error. I mean, that's how it was at first.
yeah,
Or I
Yeah.
guess farmers, they told people you gotta
like this
look
works,
for this.
Yeah. But it's just something universal. Everyone does.
Yeah, I mean,
Which is pretty crazy,
buying
yeah.
food is something you have to do.
You
so
have to do, yeah, but everyone has those. Not everyone has them.
no,
or has them as good.
you
but
see
it's
those
just-
people that buy those fucking whack ass avocados
Exactly. Yeah, and you
that are hard as a rock.
I remember
Yeah.
a lady at Walmart in College Stations saw me pick avocado. She said, "Can you pick mine, please? I don't know how to
Really?
pick it." Yeah.
Bro, I can't
No,
pick
you-
cucumbers.
Like,
I don't know how to.
You know,
I'd never
there's
liked
these sections in the
cucumbers.
grocery store that intimidate me. Like I don't know what I'm looking at. Like
Yeah.
fucking
Bro, the
bread.
organic section intimidates me. My parents never bought organic.
Yeah,
Said
mine either.
weirdos,
No,
bro.
Organic.
Mine either.
I feel like I'm getting scammed
You
because
think
it's so much more expensive.
Yeah.
I don't see the problem
Like how
with
much better is it?
with
for you?
GMOs and all that. Like,
I don't even know what GMOs are.
like
It make you stronger, bro. It's free
No.
steroids. I'm down.
no, not even that. It's not even that. It's stuff to make like bigger yields and make food easier. Like I don't know why people have such a problem with it.
Yeah, I saw on Joe Rogan that the pasta here is completely different than the pasta in Italy,
Really?
because the pasta they use here, they found a way to yield more,
Yeah.
and which causes just the plant to be thicker,
Mm.
but it has way more why can't I think of the word, gluten,
Oh, really?
and it's like really unhealthy. Like your body does not know how to handle it.
Gluten
Yeah.
is not bad for you.
It's only bad
inherently.
if you're like
If
sensitive
you have an
to it.
allergy
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are, and a lot of
Yeah.
people don't know.
Yeah.
But it also gives you the bloating effect. Like you eat a bunch of pasta in Italy, you don't get that, like
Really?
sick to your stomach. Like your body has too much like fuel, it doesn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
But I mean, carbs are carbs. Like, your body's gonna react a certain way to, like, when it comes down chemically, your body's gonna process these foods in a similar way.
Yeah.
So just because this all is chemically altered, just because the farmer can make more money, is like your body's not gonna have that much different of an effect. Like if you
No,
eat,
it will.
If you eat,
It will.
no, like
And-
if you eat only spaghetti here, and you see somebody in Italy that eats only spaghetti, they're not gonna one guy. It's not like one guy's gonna be a bodybuilder and the other guy's gonna be.
No, but
I
you
don't feel
do
it's gonna be
because
like that,
you
but it's
see
gonna be
people.
different for
No,
sure.
you see people in Italy that eat pasta every single day. They're not obese. They're not fat.
Nobody eats
Yeah.
pasta every single day.
People in Italy do almost eat pasta
Bro,
like
that's
every
weird.
single day.
It's weird.
It's weird
I
because it's
feel-
not
do
your
you know
culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think people think we eat burgers every single day?
I mean, I'm sure they do, but we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. No. Do you think people really eating pasta every
Yes,
single
bro.
day?
There's people, Mexican culture, they eat rice a lot, almost every day.
Rice and
Me, my
tortillas
family,
every
we
meal.
eat rice every meal. It's a
like-
cultural
It's
thing.
people in Asia. They do white rice.
And
Rice
I feel
in
like
general, yeah.
Americans are one of the cultures that don't eat the same food every single day.
I
But
feel like
a lot of
the
cultures
biggest
do.
carb for Americans is potatoes.
Yeah,
They're real big potato people.
yeah,
Really? I would
Yeah.
say it's bread. You know?
Bread.
yeah.
Like all of
bread
our
too.
meals, all of like what are the American meals? Like burgers, hot dogs,
Yeah.
pizza. Like
Americans
American
don't
pizza.
really eat American food every day.
No, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Americanized.
Yeah,
Like all the
Versions, yeah.
Americanized food, they're based around bread.
Yeah.
You know?
but Italians, bro, it's bread, it's butter, it's pasta. Like it's just
Just the
carbs and fat.
Yeah.
But so it does have a huge effect having like less bloating pasta
Yeah.
that they're eating every day. Because if
Yeah.
you're eating it every day for your life, it has a huge effect on your body.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of foods that have like like people don't really know about them, like MSG in Chinese food or
Mm.
Asian food. Like MSG is just like a flavoring agent. It's not like something that it's gonna like. It's not like random chemicals.
Mm.
It's like I forgot what it was. It's like it's glucose. I know that's what the G stands for. but it's like it's natural.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I mean, too much of one thing is bad,
Yeah.
and a lot of people do eat the same thing every day. So
Yeah, that's something like dieting, just like naturally something that's hard. Just because like a lot of people are like their life, they're just like out and they get not free fast food.
yeah.
And
Okay,
it's-
so me and Arturo were talking about this, how different our childhood meals every single day
Yeah.
were. Like he went home, had his home cooked meals from his mom every day. I came in, but they were so completely different.
Yeah.
What did you eat when your mom cooked? What did you eat like every day?
Yeah, like in your
every
family.
day. Bro,
Just
I don't remember.
or,
I don't.
or like a random meal that your mom would make, or
what I
like
well,
that.
what I had the other day that reminded me of my childhood. It was like rosemary chicken
Mm.
and it was like not it was mac and cheese but made with like mozzarella or something and broccoli.
So was your mom like a different recipe every meal type of person, or was she the type of person that like we eat this a lot, this is what we eat?
So she definitely tried out different recipes, but like when she made lasagna, or it was always the same recipe. It's not like
Yeah.
one time it would be completely different.
Yeah.
Except recently, because my sister's a vegetarian now.
Mm.
Like I just can't remember where my mom was like the last time my mom cooked something that was new, you know?
Really?
Like we're going to try this new food.
Really?
It's like
That
she
shit
has
happens
like
every
30
week.
No, she has like 30 things, or not even, like probably like 20 things. And it's
Like
just
rotation.
and it's like, oh, I know exactly what this is. I haven't had it in
Yeah.
2 weeks, but I know, like I've
Really? Because
Yeah.
with my mom, I mean, she stuck to like a good base, but every now and then, I'd say maybe a couple times a month, she'd try something new. Especially once she got the website going, because she would just find things or find new
Yeah.
recipes, and to put them in there, she would make them. Especially on like the big dinners, like
no. My
Thanksgiving,
mom makes
Christmas,
what
stuff like
she
that.
grew up on, and
Yeah.
I love it. We all
Yeah.
love it, so it's like we just eat it, you know.
Really?
My dad, he comes home from work and doesn't want something new, you know. He's
Yeah.
like,
once in, yeah.
and on the Joey Diaz thing he was talking about, he's like, once your mom, like let's say your parents do die, like every meal you ever eat that's home cooked tastes
Yeah.
like it has no salt on it. Like it just doesn't taste like food, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's like growing up eating
Wait,
that only.
What?
Like he
Has
just
no salt.
like it just doesn't
It just
taste
doesn't taste the
good,
same.
you know. It
Yeah.
doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Like it's not the same.
Yeah.
And that's true. Like when I eat
Yeah.
out, it doesn't feel like
No, yeah.
Oh, I know. Like your parents, they sort of have like their seasoning.
Yeah, yeah.
techniques.
It's
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 definitely
not
says-
literally seasoning, but just like the
Like the way they do
taste and
stuff.
feeling. Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
way it's. This is a home cooked meal.
Yeah.
It could literally be like the pot is cooked in sometimes. It's just like
yeah. Because it holds the flavor from all the
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, like I've gotten certain things from restaurants, like Arabic restaurants that my mom makes,
That is not.
and
the
it's
same.
not. I don't like it. It's the
Yeah.
same exact dish, but I don't enjoy this one at all. But I love this one. you
It's
know?
because everyone makes things different.
dude, like
Yeah.
I do not think I like more expensive restaurants more than
Me
cheaper
neither.
restaurants.
Me neither.
What do you mean?
Like I went to a restaurant in DC. I forgot what it was called, but it was like I told you about this. They were
Yeah.
serving wagyu. I had this crab pasta thing,
Yeah. Everyone was.
and like the sauce, I can taste how it was more natural,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I don't think I liked it better.
Bro,
Yeah.
like yeah, I've been to like nice Italian places, and like Olive Garden just tastes like good, you know.
But-
like
Yeah.
it's not worth the 3 times the price. Like,
But their Sprite, it hit different.
really,
That Sprite was fire.
bro, McDonald's Sprite is different.
That's
You can't
just
get it.
spicy, bro.
McDonald's Sprite is spicy.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, I haven't got a drink at McDonald's in forever.
I haven't been to
I haven't. Yeah, I don't
McDonald's
go
in
to
forever.
McDonald's like that.
I don't remember the last time I went actually.
I,
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird, bro.
Yeah,
It's
and-
weird,
and-
especially going to college, not having my home cooked meals
Yeah.
anymore. Like my childhood was the same meals all the time,
what do you
but
eat
I
now?
enjoyed it. I loved it. It's not like I told her I wanted her to make anything else.
But you just, yeah.
What do you eat now?
When I cook, like the only thing I really cook is I grill a lot. Like I'll make burgers or steaks.
Really?
Like even when I'm here, if my mom decides not to cook, like I'll go get a steak or something.
Mm.
That's like what's a home cooked meal. That's what I formed as my own home cooked meal.
Yeah.
Is just grilling.
Do you feel like it's important, like throughout your life, to have like these recipes that you just know how to cook, just
Mhm.
for
Yeah, I think so. It's
How
something
about-
you can pass on.
Like my
Something
mom
lives
never
on, yeah.
measures. It's not like that, you know. She makes it.
Yeah, you
It's
just
like she knows
yeah.
exactly what to do. She literally has eaten this since she was like 2 years old or whatever. She watched her mom do it, and it's like, yeah, it's like
have they taught you? Or-
Yeah,
no,
See,
no.
You don't
I
know
don't
any of them?
think-
I think it'll end here. Like
Yeah.
my sister doesn't really.
You don't want
I want to, but it's
Yeah.
just I.
Ask.
And it's a lot
Yeah.
of the things like there's just one thing she makes. It's like a sauce that you put on top of a rice,
Mhm.
and it has like a certain type of thing in it, but she has to get it shipped from the Middle
to.
East.
Oh, really?
So it's like it's
You're not gonna.
like she enjoys making it and she loves
Yeah.
this meal so much. She goes through the hassle of even going to like Arabic like grocery stores.
Yeah.
But it's like it's just for me it's not like that.
Like when you're into food, I feel like going grocery shopping or seeing like other cultures' grocery stores is like it's like fun.
It's
Yeah,
something
it's
exciting,
super
yeah.
cool.
And I like going to other cultures, grocery stores and seeing all the weird shit they have.
Yeah.
Not
And it's
weird,
like with
it's weird
her
to us, but
with her
different,
she
yeah.
like that was so normal cuz she grew up there like
Yeah.
and she so it's like that's the normal grocery store and
Yeah.
all these grocery stores around me are this American culture, you know.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy to think about. Or even people will see the stuff I have in my home, and we have some weird Mexican stuff, and people will ask like, "Oh, like what?" But still, it's normal, you know. It's what we've been doing all
Food
my
food
life, bro.
culture is
It's huge,
it's,
man.
it's crazy.
Man. But
Like-
it's universal. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a time in my life where I was really into. I still sort of am, like into watching the food shows, and
I was
Yeah.
never into it, but I started recently watching it. It's really good. It's really interesting to see.
I've always enjoyed cooking, but
Mhm.
it's just I don't like doing dishes. So.
Yeah.
I
What
like
I
doing
cook,
dishes.
what I cook is very American thing,
Yeah.
but it's not my favorite type of food.
Mm.
Like my mom cooks, like she'll make a meal and it'll have to like boil or something for like 2 hours or like
Mm.
I'm just like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I prefer it, but I feel like even if I made it, it would lose what it is, you
Yeah.
know? It's like her making it, me eating. Like that's the whole. That's what I've experienced.
I
yeah.
heard somewhere, I've done no research on this, but like stuff that's cooked for you is tastes different than something that you cook and you eat by yourself.
I think
Just-
it's like a mental thing. Like
Yeah.
there's
It's-
actually
it's the
something.
smell.
Like,
It's
yeah.
because when you're making it, you smell it. So when you do eat it, you know the smell and you know what it's gonna be like. But when you don't, when it's away,
it's
it
like
tastes
a,
like completely
you get all
new
those
experience, yeah.
senses at once.
At once, exactly. Yeah. So that's like the scientific reason.
Like there's some spices that I can't, like cumin. I think cumin smells so bad.
Really?
But like when it's in stuff, I just don't really,
You don't.
it does not that overpowering.
Yeah.
But like by itself, I hate it. Same thing with dill. I'm not sure if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I hate
Like-
the smell of dill.
I know what it is. It's the actual seasoning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron, are you guys one of those people that think cilantro like tastes like soap, smells like soap?
There's a lot of people
Mm.
that don't like it. It's like a gene thing.
I don't like
have some-
cilantro by itself. Like when it's like on a taco,
Yeah.
you know, just raw cilantro. But I like it as an ingredient, like
Mhm.
There's people
like
that,
cooked.
that think like cilantro is like it's genetics.
Yeah,
that
it's a
they
genetic
just
thing to
tastes
they
like
just-
soap to them. Smells like soap.
Yeah.
That's with a lot of foods.
I like it. Yeah.
Like in your genes, like culturally, this is what your like past relatives ate forever,
Really?
and it's culturally like in you to not enjoy it. Like you might not like it,
but to be.
but it's just like
used to it, at
it's
least?
more. Yeah, you're used to it.
Yeah, like growing up, you're sort of forced to eat it. So-
Even like you give a baby like some spicy food, and it comes from a culture that's very into spicy food.
Yeah.
It'll react to that spice different than someone who has no like cultural evolution in their body to enjoy spicy food.
So
I
do
don't
you
like
think that
spicy foods.
comes from just like your genetics, or mostly from like your genetics and how you were the world you came up in, or like your culture you've been say your family cooks with spice a lot, so you're gonna be more used to spice in the future.
I mean, I think if your family cooks with spice a lot, more than likely their family. So it's like goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
You know.
That makes
But
sense.
if you have parents, I'm sure. I'm not saying there's not exceptions,
No, yeah.
but I'm saying like you take kids who didn't come from that and came from a spicy background.
Yeah.
Like I would almost bet a lot of money that they're gonna be more. There's gonna be a lot here too.
Yeah.
But there's gonna definitely be more. I feel like.
Now, like growing up, my mom's mom made a lot of like fried chicken growing up,
Mhm.
but I've never seen my mom cook fried chicken.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that she ate it a lot as a kid growing up. But it was just one of those things that she just, I guess, just didn't like or something. So we don't eat it. So now it's like, how you saying? It's just how when you're growing up, you like spicy foods, and then sometimes it could change. Like it's sort of like that. How we just don't
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
We just don't eat that kind of stuff.
Like my
anymore.
kids are gonna have a very different like palate than I do, and it's not that I don't enjoy the foods that I grew up on.
It's
It's
just
just I
you're not
won't
gonna-
probably make them in the
Yeah.
future, and my wife will probably not
Have
know
them.
how to make them, and
Yeah.
it'll just die out. But my generation of my family right now that are growing up is very Americanized than everyone else in my family, you know,
Yeah.
than how they grew up. So it's like them moving here and giving us this life really is going to change our family tree because we're super Americanized now.
Yeah.
Americanized food. I've heard that like other countries, like their food isn't as flavorful just because a lot of the I don't want to say over seasoning that we have
No,
so
that
the
is
chemical
the thing. Over
injections,
seasoning and
everything.
salt and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of like not genetic. What is the word I'm looking for? Authentic,
Hmm.
like foreign dishes, like they won't be as seasoned, they won't be as flavorful. That's probably why I didn't like the fancy restaurant so much, because it was more authentic and it seemed like plainer.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Because you're not used to like the lack of that much seasoning that's on the
Yeah.
usual food. Yeah.
And I used to think that what I ate, like only I would like it. You know, like when people would come over and say, "You have any food?" It's like, "Yeah, but you're probably not gonna like it."
I feel like that all the time, bro. I don't
Like when
that.
you came over and I had those things, the bread with like the beef and potatoes in it, and I gave you one. I was
Bro,
like,
that was a common thing. I forgot.
"Yeah,
I
that's
literally
not
forgot what it was
that's
called,
not that
but-
weird." But that's why I offered you food, is because that's like a normal thing. Like it's like I don't see a lot of people eat it, but it's like beef, potatoes, and like inside of like a roll.
Yeah.
So I knew you'd enjoy it. But if I had something else that I really loved, I probably would have said, "Nah, I don't got anything,"
Yeah.
because I knew you probably wouldn't like it.
I don't know. There's no food that There's never been a food that I've eaten and I disliked. Well, actually, I hate arugula. You know what arugula?
Specifically arugula.
Yeah, it tastes like a tire. I don't get how
The
people.
only
can-
thing I hate is celery.
So,
Celery literally tastes like water to me. It tastes like nothing.
yeah, I mean it tastes like dirt.
It tastes like a fart, bro. It
That's
tastes
not-
like it stinks
Yeah, bro.
to me.
Celery? Yo,
I don't mind it. But
have you ever had arugula?
I'm sure, like,
yeah.
yeah, but I can't remember a specific time.
Dude, it tastes like a junkyard. This shit, like a rusty muffler.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, the only thing I can't stomach is seafood, bro.
What?
Seafood, no, bro. I can't
Even
do,
like fried shrimp, like popcorn shrimp.
No, bro. Like
Really?
I'll eat it, but like okay, I'll eat fish and some shrimp. Like I'll stomach it, you know.
You
I
don't
won't
like
enjoy
sushi,
Like I'll eat like
I
a
fuck-
California
I
roll.
love
That's
sushi.
it though.
bro? I was like that for
Yeah.
probably until college. Like I didn't really eat seafood that much.
But like
But I love
lobster,
seafood now.
crab. No,
I've been
bro,
into,
you never see-
Like,
octopus shit.
I've never had lobster or crab.
Yeah.
You never had
Yeah.
lobster? Wow, their crab is a battle to get into. But what I was gonna say is, have you ever been to like a poke bar? It's like where you make your own
Oh.
stuff like that.
Hmm.
I went to one of those in DC for the first time, and I thought it was so good. Like
Is
where
it
they have the
really?
fish. Yeah,
Really?
it's like Chipotle, but with
But with
Asian
sushi
food.
ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all like Genghis Grill? That's
Yeah.
what is that?
Make your own.
No,
or
yeah,
whatever.
but what's the?
I don't know.
It starts with the M. Mongolian food.
Mongolian.
Yeah, I think that's so good, bro. I love Genghis Grill.
It's good, but I don't like the concept of making my own, like choosing my own things. Like
Really?
sometimes I'd rather just do it for me because you'll know what is best. You know.
Really? I'll throw
Sometimes I
some
feel like I
shrimp,
just
some
mix it.
steak.
I don't like that because I don't want it to like be out of my make it too expensive.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
even with like Sweet Frog. You ever been to Sweet
When
Frog?
it's in your control to
And
Yeah,
that bitch
control
is
your
like,
portion.
That bitch is
Yeah.
like $14.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have a problem with that. But like when I go to Genghis, bro, I'm very like
Really?
I pay for this size bowl. It's gonna be stacked till it tips
Yeah.
over. Like I throw so much meat in there.
Yeah.
I love Genghis Grill.
No, we don't go out because my mom hates. She just hates making her own stuff. Like we don't go to Chiloso, Chipotle, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I mean I do like it, but I'll never like choose to. Go
my
there.
parents never go out to eat. Like when we want to go out to eat, they're like, "Here's the card. Like whatever, go get food."
Really?
Because my dad's so and my mom are so like into this tasting like type of food, like the
Yeah.
home cooked meals.
Yeah.
That it's like this is like it's not like exciting to go out to eat. You know how
Yeah.
like for us it is. Like when we were growing up, it's like okay, we can finally go out to eat. Like they gave us some money or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not like that for them. It's like they genuinely prefer this 100% of the time.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know. A lot of restaurants, they're like, it's the atmosphere more so than the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like these fancy restaurants. It's not like their food costs that much more. It's like
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
paying for the atmosphere and sort of that
The
authenticity.
feel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad he's old school. He likes coming home after work, you know, eating a meal my mom made him and then watching some TV and then going to bed. But
Suburban life.
yeah. But that's like that seems to not be there in American culture as much. Like the wife cooking every single day.
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
mean, it definitely was part of American culture.
It was,
For a
Yeah.
long time,
Yeah.
but it's I
not
wouldn't say
anymore,
American culture. It would just be like
It's current.
like
culture, no?
Western like
Yeah.
modern countries, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just where the women are like they have such great opportunities that they're choosing to work and you know things like
Yeah.
that. Where in like more Middle Eastern or like third world countries even. Like it's just not.
Yeah, it's not a thing.
Yeah.
That's how my mom is.
Yeah.
doesn't- Like just now, she's not cooking every single day. Maybe every other day, just because she's busy with her work and stuff. But before that, it was every day
Yeah.
cooked. Yeah.
Yeah, my mom might not cook every day, but she's gonna make something,
Yeah.
or like have leftovers or have
Yeah.
something,
No,
so
yeah,
she doesn't have to go out to
something.
eat every
Do
day.
you guys do Thanksgiving like traditional
Um,
turkey and
I just started doing it. I
Stuff.
think 2 years ago.
really?
Yeah, I never did it.
Yeah, you just didn't
Yeah.
celebrate it.
No, we just it just be a normal day. Yeah.
my family does, and we have the traditional foods. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
You're communist, dude.
No, we just didn't like. We just never grew up with that, and we didn't have
Yeah.
family here to go with. Like I remember the
But it
first
was
time
you didn't notice anything special in the day of Thanksgiving. Your
No, I
mom
mean,
didn't
we-
do
Notice how you
anything
didn't go to
different.
school that week.
we were off. No, like no, obviously like we were off and we just like hung out, but we didn't do anything like it. Like the first time we did was, I want to say it was like 4 years ago actually.
Was there ever a Thanksgiving where she didn't cook?
No, you know why we used to not do it? Because we
Why?
used to go down to Mexico on that week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so back over there,
It's
there
not.
was
Yeah.
it was normal life. But once we started staying here, is when I think we did 1 year we just did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But then the years after that, I think it was like 4 years ago, we went to one of my mom's friends' house and had dinner there. And ever since then we've been making.
Do
some
you
food
like
or
the
something.
experience?
I like it, yeah.
Thanksgiving's probably my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine
But
too.
we eat traditional food, but also there's Arabic food in there.
Really?
Yeah, like we have a lot of different types of food,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of food to choose from.
Like
yeah.
what do you have? Like besides like the turkey, do you have besides the turkey?
Yeah, we have very
Cookies.
traditional food, but that's not all we have. Like we'll have turkey, we'll have rolls, we'll have, like corn and roll. What else? Like mashed potatoes and things like just the normal foods.
Do you guys
Yeah.
have like greens? Yep.
Nah. My family never made collard greens.
Yeah, mine either.
Just me.
I
We
have
have,
a
like,
one
corn.
aunt. I have one aunt who's very Americanized too, and she always makes green bean casserole every
Mm.
Thanksgiving, bro.
I heard that's good. I've never
Yeah.
had it, but people say that
It's a very
Just should-
white people food.
just do the like the onion crisp on top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard about that. We never did that.
Yeah, I
Bro.
don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah.
The casserole.
Casseroles are just an American thing.
Yeah,
They
very.
turn
They're-
everything into casserole.
They're a
Yeah.
good idea. Like
Just
they're like
put
a good
everything
idea.
on a pot. Put
It's
it
a
in the
meal in
oven.
a.
Yeah.
It's a meal you can put in the oven. Then
Yeah.
for like, a couple minutes and it's all ready to go.
Yeah.
All 5 food groups. It's ready to go.
No, but like recently we've done it. We mix it up too. I remember one year we really didn't mix it up at all. So we made like it was turkey, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, cornbreads, shit like that. But I remember last year we didn't even make turkey. My mom made a ham.
Ooh.
Sure. Yeah.
The old
There's never a ham
bait
at-
switch. Bro.
At our Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We have both a lot of the times. We have like turkey, ham,
Yeah.
greens. We have so much food.
Like growing up, and still to this day, when my parents cook, it's always a protein, whatever it is,
Mhm.
and rice, and like there might be something to put on top of the rice,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like it's different forms of the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
Like one day it'll be chicken with this sauce, and
no,
then the
you
next
guys
day
don't
it'll.
have greens.
I
Like,
mean,
a vegetable.
well, I'm trying to think. Yeah, I mean we eat a lot of like tomatoes and onions and stuff mixed in, but
Yeah.
not like a side of like broccoli or anything.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's usually how we are too. If I'm being
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
we don't do rice and we don't have it constant as rice, but we do like a meat and a carb, be it pasta, rice, honest,
Like
shit
you
that,
saw
yeah.
it growing up, the amount of
Always,
rice I
bro.
had in my
Rice
pantry.
and noodles, bro, always. But but just now recently we've been in like putting in vegetables. Like we make broccoli every now and then, cauliflower and stuff like that.
I hate cauliflower. I like
Yeah,
broccoli.
okay.
though.
My mom
I
makes
fuck with
cauliflower,
broccoli,
fried cauliflower.
Mm.
It's super good, bro. I love
Yeah.
fried cauliflower
I
with
like
some
cauliflower.
lemon on top.
Yeah.
That's what she made. That shit fire.
I hate cauliflower. It tastes like paper.
I don't eat raw. I don't think I've ever tried raw cauliflower though,
No,
or
but
even like,
like
steamed
steamed, really?
cauliflower. No, I like my mom makes steamed broccoli every once in a
Well,
while.
I mean, I
That's
say I don't hate it. I'd rather have any other vegetable.
Mm,
Like-
cauliflower, yeah.
Yeah, like broccoli. I like broccoli.
good. Food's a weird thing to talk about. It's so different
Yeah,
between
and
person.
everyone
to
has
person.
their opinions and stuff. It's wild.
Yeah.
Do you like In-N-Out burger fries?
I don't like In-N-Out burger fries.
Thank you, bro.
I'll eat them animal style. That's it though.
Me too. That's the only time I'll eat them,
Yeah.
and I don't even enjoy them that much.
Yeah, no, because they're just they don't taste like fries. Like
What do they
they
taste like?
like I don't know. Like it's just
Like
like a
heaven?
weird potato. Like
Cardboard.
straight. Like
No,
they like
taste
cardboard.
It tastes like
Yeah.
heaven, right?
No, it tastes like cardboard, but it's just like a.
Have you guys tasted cardboard?
No, I've
They
never had,
taste
which is
nothing.
why I don't like to say
Have
it.
you?
No.
What if it tastes exactly like cardboard?
What if it
Yeah.
tastes exactly like heaven?
People say the same thing about pizza, bro. They say, "Oh, it tastes like cardboard." Oh, you don't know, because it doesn't. I wouldn't say In-N-Out
There's a
fries taste
box
like pizza,
here.
but it just tastes very like raw potato, like a bite out of a fucking potato.
Oh,
I just
it tastes
don't.
too
I just
natural.
don't
I get
find
it, too
flavor out
natural,
of it.
yeah.
It tastes too
Too natural.
too good,
No, not too
Yeah.
good. No, it's just
Bro, it's trash.
it's not good.
bro. You guys are.
The burgers are good. I do like the burgers,
I mean-
especially for the price and stuff. But
Now, honestly, I don't like them that much, but
Mm-hmm.
I like defending them.
I can't defend the fries, but I can defend the
Nah.
burgers.
The burgers grew on me. I used to not like them, but I eat it there a lot
No,
now.
dude,
Yeah.
the first time I had an In-N-Out burger, well, it must have been the best burger they made. Because ever since then, they've
Really?
not been
Never
as
been
good.
the same.
Yeah,
Really?
I used to like the first week they were there. They were really good.
I think that's why I like Chipotle a lot because it feels the most home cooked out of like a cheap fast food place.
You think so?
I think that, and there's the rice, bro. I've had it for so, and that's a big portion of a Chipotle bowl is the
Yeah,
white
it's
rice.
Yeah.
You're really into rice.
It's in my blood, bro. I just
Wow.
can't get like I don't eat rice at like Asian places and love it, but like
Are you a
Mexican.
fried rice guy or no?
I mean, yeah, I like it, but it doesn't give me the same. Like the
Yeah.
white rice at Chipotle is similar to the white rice my mom makes, and it's just in my blood to like eat that all the
Right.
time.
Yeah, I get. I've never been that big of a rice guy. Like I like the white rice, but it's sort of like Asians. It's just sort of steamed
Yeah,
in water.
like I know it's not a normal thing, but it's just
Mhm.
so weird how it's incorporated in my life so
Yeah.
much.
And we make it. I would say something like that would be beans, bro. There's a reason we're beaners, bro.
Yeah,
Like people do not eat as many beans as we do. Like
for
it's just-
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right?
Yeah, bro. Well, not as much now, but like I know for a fact that the last time we had like we have a huge pot of beans probably every 2 weeks.
I'm
And
never,
we just go off that. But like no one
Yeah,
for
see,
you,
my
I bet
parents-
you've never.
No,
you don't
like my
eat beans, I
parents
don't know.
cook beans, but it'll be like a can, and we split a little bit each
Yeah,
or something.
no, bro.
It's
We
not
make
like
a big
yeah.
fucking bag, bro. We buy
I
fucking
hate-
bags of beans.
I hate the texture of beans. How
Yeah.
they
What type
how
of
they
beans do y'all
feel.
eat?
Black beans, pinto beans, just those two really. Yeah, we switch it up between those. But it's a constant like, and it's not that I dislike them. Like I'm just at this point I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah,
But
it's just beans. That's with
Yeah, it's
rice.
just
I don't
beans.
love rice, but
Yeah.
it's rice. I eat rice.
and
I like
we eat
rice.
rice a lot. But I would say something different would be beans, like a weird constant.
Yeah.
To not use the same rice example. Tortillas too, bro. White people buy their packs of tortillas, the tiny ass tortillas. We buy like the 100 pack.
there's
A
a
week.
100 pack.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Like every
It's
every
just
time
like
we
that
go to
big?
Walmart, no, bro. It's pretty big. Just the corn tortillas.
Yeah,
bro, you know?
y'all
Oh.
eat corn. See, I've always been a flour tortilla guy,
Yeah.
but I know it's not culturally like the
Yeah.
norm
I
in Hispanic culture.
I like a good
It-
good corn tortilla.
And personally, I like flour better, but like it's just that's the norm, and like I don't. It's weird, you know.
Flour's like a cheap flour tortilla is better than a cheap corn tortilla.
Yeah,
I can't.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Not hard to say that.
It's hard to have a bad flour tortilla,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but you can have some really amazing corn tortillas, but there's also some really terrible ones.
Yeah.
corn is such a versatile plant. You ever
Yeah.
think about that? Like
Corn and potatoes, bro.
you can live like they make
Yeah.
Corn,
syrup out
potatoes,
of
and wheat. You can make anything and everything and
Yeah.
survive forever.
it. And people do some versatile stuff with cauliflower, like cauliflower chicken wings,
No way.
like for vegans.
And like spaghetti squash, bro. They found a way to
Really?
make every normal food out of vegetables.
Vegetables, yeah. What do you
Very
think
good.
about the lab grown meats?
Nah, I mean,
If they're okay.
I hope I never have to go to that in my lifetime, but it's
Really?
good for the future. I
No,
think.
but like the stuff they're making, or not the lab grown, but like the stuff they're making, like the Impossible Burger and stuff like that.
What is that?
So I mean, it's supposed to be just plants, right? It's supposed to be a vegan option, but people say it tastes just like
Yeah.
actual beef.
It's supposed to be like chemically most similar to actual beef. I think.
Yeah,
Like they
something
try to
like that.
scientifically make it as
Bro,
close as
that's how
possible.
you know vegans aren't happy when everything they do is just try to taste like meat.
But
Yeah.
it's not. I think they're not vegan because they don't like meat. It's vegan for the moral
For the
aspect
moral
of it.
aspect, yeah.
or the health aspect in some cases.
For me, the
You
moral
know they
aspect
miss it.
makes sense, but it's not something I'd give up.
If you ask a vegan if they miss meat, they're probably gonna say no, as they try to eat a cauliflower chicken wing,
Yeah.
which makes no sense.
I made some homemade chicken wings on the grill. I got them in there. I'm gonna let y'all have some after.
Right.
Yeah, they're not that great. I
Do
kind
you-
of burned them, but
Do you fry on the grill?
On
Yeah.
the grill.
Have you ever had Chick-fil-A's grilled chicken nuggets?
yeah, bro, those are not good.
Or they're
You
not,
had
I've
'em?
never had.
Yeah.
I feel like I would judge them. I would judge somebody that ordered them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that-
I was
that-
like on a health kick or something. I was like, I'm gonna go get some grilled chicken nuggets, bro.
No, but that's just a weird concept. You're just buying just bits of chicken. Like that,
Yeah, like,
just
why not,
doesn't
like, just
seem
get a-
appealing to me. Yeah.
You got any chicken thighs? I feel like grilling chicken nuggets is weird. Chicken
Yeah.
nuggets in general are weird.
I'm just
Yeah,
not a
they're just-
chicken person.
Really?
Yeah, I choose steak like 100% of the time.
This red meat is not as good for you.
Yeah, it's not, but it's what I
Tastes
prefer.
better. Yeah.
You think it tastes better?
I think red meat tastes better.
I think there's a time and place for red meat.
Like,
I like-
I'm never a chicken taco person or a
Really?
chicken sandwich over a burger.
You like
person.
fish tacos?
Fish tacos are fire. I really like fish tacos.
I like fish tacos. I think fish and chicken, like, you can live off those, but you cannot. I don't think. I guess you could live off of red meat.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
you definitely
it's
could.
not as good for you
It's not, but you definitely could live on it. Yeah.
if you had to.
It's like my preference isn't even close. Like that's why I eat red meat all the time. I know it's worse for me, but it's just I like it that much more.
Yeah.
It's like
No, for me, I like for me it's chicken and beef. Like I wouldn't really say I prefer. Well, I prefer beef way over chicken, but I like to vary it if I order stuff and get stuff like that.
I
Have a
like
choice.
I like beef. I really don't. I'm not that big of a pork guy.
Yeah,
I like
I've
ribs,
never
Me
been a huge
neither.
pork guy.
but like just having. If I have a choice between like all the meats,
yeah,
pork would definitely. Pork's probably like number 4. It's like
I think I would choose pork over fish. Maybe it depends. Like fish tacos over a pork taco, but like eating like
really.
a grilled like salmon
So-
over like some pork.
I like
Yeah.
barbecue pork, and that's pretty much.
yeah. The only time I ate pork
Right
is
there.
at barbecue.
Yeah.
Pork chops at home.
Other
my
than
mom
that,
makes
just
it.
pork is pretty average. I really like lamb and mutton. I maybe have mutton, but I really like lamb.
Lamb. I like lamb, but sometimes it tastes a little too grassy.
Yeah, I'm not a
You
huge
know?
fan of
Grassy.
lamb.
Yeah, like it tastes like grass.
You know what grass tastes like?
Yeah, you've
I
never,
mean, that's a
you've never-
common thing
yeah.
to call meat. It tastes more like
Natural, really.
Yeah.
I guess, but and
Chicken.
gamey foods.
Yeah, it's just more
Give me-
gamey.
Yeah,
A lot of the people that say like foods are gamey are like when they eat predators, like
Yeah.
bears and
yeah, but you could
All
still
these
describe
predators.
lamb as a more gamey meat.
yeah. I know what they mean.
I mean, I like it though. It's not like I don't like it, but it just I don't choose it because it tastes more gamey.
For you can eat some crazy animals. Like kangaroos legal
Yeah.
to eat and sell here.
Yeah,
There's people that on farms they like kill the bobcats and then eat them. And,
Really?
Yeah, like eat the snakes, eat everything. Like
I feel like a snake wouldn't be that good for you. It's
I
just
wouldn't-
rubber at that point. You know?
Snake?
Yeah,
There's a lot of muscle on a snake.
yeah,
you think so?
you peel back the skin, like the whole body other than the head is
Yeah.
meat.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah,
Because, I mean,
yeah, it's
that's all they're.
pure
It's not
protein.
like that they're complicated animals.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple to skin. Just eat, cook it up.
There's a lot of things we don't eat that were just so normal, like early like humans just ate, you know,
yeah.
just
Like-
everything.
Like what?
Like just like more like the thing that we eat is like wheat and bread and things like that. That wasn't like
What people ate. Before.
yeah, it was all like what you're surrounded, the animals
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
Whatever animals.
Yeah,
you didn't get to pick
whatever.
and choose. Rats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely a time where, like, when people were, presented a choice, nobody really chose to stick with the eating rats and everything. So I'm assuming that life wasn't that enjoyable.
And there was a point in our history where the human brain doubled in size, which people contribute to like where we are now. And it's like one of the greatest like mysteries. Like why did our
Why did it
and it's
happen?
like people think the stoned ape theory
Yeah.
and people think but one of the most like scientifically like backed theory is that we just when people learned how to cook, you get so much more nutrition out of cooked meat.
Really?
So just everyone started cooking their meat,
Damn.
over fire, and it just our nutrition value like skyrocketed.
Damn.
They should just give like an animal only cooked meat and only raw meat
Yeah.
and see which one is.
I'm sure they have. Yeah, there's a lot of like
Like theories behind them?
yeah,
Really?
and they tested it and backed it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It's just proven there's more nutritional value in cooked
Yeah.
meat.
It's crazy to think about like the early humans, how that was their process for everything. First thing you do, you see like to see if it's safe or not. You eat it. At that point, you cook everything. I mean, that's why we have teas and like they just put random ass plants
Yeah.
in hot water, see what the effects were.
And it's like
Just trial and
people with
error.
dog, like we are the exception where our bodies are so used to like processed foods and cooked foods now
Yeah.
that's what we become. But like if you take a dog camping, like realistically, if there's water around, you
It's
don't
gonna
have
be
to
around.
pack him water because their bodies are able to digest like puddles of water with all these parasites and things
Yeah.
that we can't.
Yeah.
But we look at them as like, oh, it's like this is unhealthy for us, so they shouldn't. Like no, we're built completely different.
I mean, there's definitely, if you give a dog, like, there's just more nutrients in the foods that we give them if you just give a dog raw meat. So it is more healthy for them, but it's like they could do it.
No, but I'm just saying certain things that like raw meat can get us super sick.
Yeah.
But dogs can
eat
handle it, or
yeah.
like unfiltered water will get us super sick, but dogs
Yeah.
can handle it.
Yeah. I mean, people, if you think about it, they're kind of like, we're kind of,
We're fragile.
yeah, like
Now
the
we are.
weakest,
We created our own. What's the word? Fragility.
Sure.
I guess. But like, we've always been fragile.
Yeah.
You know, just it's just not.
I
how
mean,
we're
not
built.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're descendants of apes, like they're not
not
fragile.
descended
creatures.
of age. We have a common ancestor.
Okay, well, exactly. So we share a lot to them, and we weren't even like
I also share a lot with rats, and they're a lot different.
what are they called?
I don't know what
Right
to-
before Homo sapiens, was it
What?
Neanderthals.
Neanderthals?
Yeah.
They were like not fragile creatures.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
no,
but they
no.
weren't. It's just they weren't as mentally developed, and they
Exactly. It
Exactly.
comes.
they
It
were
goes,
alive.
So
We're alive at the
because
same
we
time, and they're not around anymore. Just
Exactly.
because,
This
like-
is where
like-
we need to be,
Yeah.
but it
people-
also has. I wouldn't say negatives because we're fine. You know, we can be fragile and be fine
Yeah.
as far as what we can eat and things, and we have the most, like, surplus of food out of any. Like it's, like no animal can just go buy food. You know,
Yeah.
it worked out, but there is that thing that like we can't. There's a lot of things that we used to be able to eat that we just can't now, but we don't need to eat it. So
Yeah.
it's, like,
It's
it's no.
I don't think it's a fragile thing as much as like a necessity thing. If
Yeah.
you don't need it, why would you have it? You know.
Yeah, but it's like crazy to think how like weak people are compared to like even a dog.
Yeah.
Like a 150-pound dog could like it would probably, I wouldn't say it would, but there's a chance that it could kill a 150-pound person.
Bro, that's what I
I'm
was
sure-
thinking.
yeah.
I don't know if I told you,
What was it?
but when we went to Hunter's house.
Yes, bro. I told you. Yeah, but that dog was ripped. Like
No,
it could fuck us up, man.
that dog literally, like, I got it so excited by playing with it.
Yeah.
It started scratching my neck and my legs, and Morgan's like, "Why are you so scratched up?"
Really.
And I was like, "This dog is like it's super chill, but like
Yeah.
it's tripping out now."
Yeah.
And I looked at its like back legs when I told you. I was like, "Bro, this dog could mess
Yeah,
us
dude,
up."
It could mess you
And
up.
then it started being so aggressive, but just playful.
Yeah.
And it started like biting my arm and like just being like super and I got scared, bro. Like I'm
Yeah.
never scared of dogs, but I was like I made sure the dog like stayed away from me after
Yeah.
that. I was like, if I get this dog too excited, like
Yeah.
it can mess me up.
No,
like
definitely. Like, a lot easier than we could. Yeah.
That. Yeah.
It's crazy to think.
Because dogs, I feel like fighting a dog would be weird.
Yeah,
Just
if
like,
I
it'd be, like,
got up, like if
awkward.
the dog messed me up and I got up and like swung and tried to defend
Yeah.
myself, it's weird. But that dog was scratching me, bro. I was hurting.
Yeah.
Like that dog messed me up.
Bro, I hate. There's some dogs that they can't stand.
Yeah.
Like little dogs, like Chihuahuas, Morgan's dog.
More stuck.
I hate that dog with a passion.
See how I like you?
That dog?
Yeah.
No,
No.
bro, that dog
Yeah.
hates Alex.
Yeah. I remember when I went, like it was fine until I like went
The
close
dog
to it and
didn't
stuff.
like me like the first day I went, but now it's like loves me. Like every time I come over,
Really?
it like starts peeing. It's so excited. Like I can't touch it
That-
for like 5 minutes or else
Really?
it'll pee.
That's right.
And it just like lays on its back and wants me to pet her and like no,
Yeah.
she's super
That
chill
dog
to
bit
me.
me
But
once. That's the only thing. Ever
Yeah.
since then, now me and that dog got beef.
no, that's how
But,
it
like,
was
I
at
would-
Hunter's house. Like the dog was super cool, but then
Yeah.
it just like it bit me and it, like we got beef after
No,
that.
because it got to it did the same thing to me. It kept trying to lick me, and I was like, no, bro. Like,
What type of
chill out,
dog
dude.
is it?
It was
it
like
was
a
a-
small like what was it?
It wasn't a pit bull, right? It was something like
Like
it
a
was one of
Rottweiler? What
the-
color was it?
It was white with brown spots. It was really pretty, but it wasn't a.
But it looked like a pit bull.
It was one of like it's one like a strong dog, you know. It was small though. I mean, it was young.
small. Yeah.
Whatever dog Matt has, you know what?
It's
The-
a pit lab mix, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
pit lab mix was what they said.
That dog charged at me one time. I was now I'm scared of that dog. I feel like my dad told me a story. One time he was running and there was just like a stray dog. The dog was running at him. Saying like he just stood his ground and it backed off.
Yeah.
But like a lot of dogs are sort of bluffing when they do that.
Yeah. And it's so weird. You can find the coolest, chillest dogs, and you can find the meanest dogs.
Yeah.
Like they got personalities.
It's a personality, yeah, for sure.
I sort of think people that keep like mean dogs, like they want their dogs to be mean. That says something like that's like the type of person they are.
Yeah, say something about
It's
their
kinda weird.
personality, yeah.
Like
Yeah, I want to have a chill dog.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want something mean?
Like a dog came to me and Tyler's apartment, and I had it for like 2 days before I came back here for summer, and I fell in love with that dog. Like I literally like it was gonna sound corny, but when I left, I told it like I'll probably never see you again, but I love you, dog. Like that dog, like I fell in love with that dog. No, because it like slept in my bed. I would like do homework. It would jump up and like lay on me. It never barked. It was like chill, and it was like it was like a puppy. And it was like a lab, and it was the coolest dog ever.
Chocolate lab.
Yeah, chocolate lab.
Figured.
It was the chillest dog I've ever met.
Yeah.
And then I remember when I was young, we found a dog, but it had a collar and stuff on it, so like we knew we were gonna have to return it. But we kept it for like a month, and I didn't know its name or anything.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but we were trying to find its owner, and the collar had a number that we kept calling. They wouldn't answer, but it had no name. So I didn't know the dog's name, so I would clap, and the dog would come, and I would like tell it to sit, roll over. Like it was super smart.
I remember that dog.
Yeah, and then we so we gave it away, and I was like, damn, like that was my favorite. I love like super chill dogs that don't bark. That
Is
just
that a lab too?
yeah, it wasn't a chocolate lab though, but I'm pretty sure it was a lab.
I remember you always had a hamster.
Oh,
For some reason, you just always had a hamster.
Yeah,
Pretty early.
I think that was like I think my sister always had a hamster or something.
Yeah, I remember a hamster all the time.
Yeah,
Bro,
I
hamster-
forgot about that. We had hamsters when I was younger.
Hamsters are fragile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like they could fall off their wheel and you have to put them down.
Yeah.
bro, I remember the hamster like bit my brother or something. He was holding it, and just his natural reaction was to throw it, and he threw it against the wall, and it like hit the wall and slid down, but it was fine.
Oh,
But like I remember he was just playing with the hamster, and he just chucked it. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It bit me."
Oh man.
Yeah, that was funny.
Bro, I always get scared around small animals. I'm gonna hurt it. Like one of my neighbors growing up, he had like a little Yorkie, and it broke its back, like jumping off the couch.
Damn.
So
Yeah,
now
they're like little kittens, bro. I've
Yeah.
like pet some little kittens, and they just feel so fragile.
Yeah.
I hate cats.
I hate cats too.
Cats are the most pointless pet. They don't like you.
That's not true though. That's
They're
not
using
true.
you, bro.
The
That's
cats
not
are
true,
using
bro.
us.
That's not true, bro.
Yeah, bro. Cats are not friendly. They're not
No,
friendly people.
I've never had a friendly experience with a cat, but I'm sure
Yeah.
so many people do.
I have. Yeah.
Cats are stuck up, bro.
They are stuck up, but it's a personality thing. You know, it doesn't mean that they're bad inherently.
When I
Like-
was young, I used to think dogs were boys and cats were girls. I thought that's how it worked.
Yeah.
Bro, I hate cats.
No, I used to really not like cats, but recently I've started like.
I'm very into like I respect like big cats. Like you know like
Like lions?
yeah,
like
like
lions and
lions
stuff,
and
yeah.
leopards and things. Like
Yeah.
those are crazy animals,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Bro, I think
And they found some in Arizona.
No way.
I think it was like, yeah, it's just because like they're rainforest animals, but they're just moving their way up. Like just
Supposedly
They
we have
found what?
mountain lions here in Rockwell.
yeah, that's common here.
Yeah.
But it was like a cheetah or something. It was
Damn.
like I can't remember what cat, but they found it in Arizona. It's like why is this
probably
here?
it would make sense if it was if it's a leopard because they live in similar environments.
Really?
Because like a lot of leopards live in like
Deserty.
like
Yeah.
well, not like sort of like the mesa areas, like the rocky,
Yeah.
like the Rocky Mountain, not like the Rocky Mountains, but like
But like yeah.
rocky,
Rocky,
mountains.
Rocky
Yeah.
terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what you.
I think that like cheetahs are like crazy animals, just because
They're
like
so agile.
like they're built to run fast,
Yeah.
but they're not, and that's like the only thing they're good at. Like it's crazy how an animal like that is so successful or can be successful, just being good at being fast and like being like agile.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, there's animals like I don't know, like a hippo.
that are built
that are
just
like-
on power.
Yeah, that can like completely opposites, and they're both
Yeah.
successful, and they both live in similar environments.
A hippo's actually pretty fast. Like,
Hippo's
it's-
one of the deadliest animals in the
Yeah.
world.
I feel like
It's
being chased
surprisingly
by a
fast.
hippo, that shit would be scary.
Bro, a
That'd be
hippo
terrifying,
will
bro.
kill you like
Yeah.
that.
Bro, no, dude, like elephants, like aggressive elephants.
Mhm.
I feel like being killed by an elephant would be the worst way to go.
You think so?
Yeah,
And
just
step putting
yeah.
their foot on your chest. And
yeah, because you're gonna die
Yeah.
slowly no matter what. If you get killed by like a lion or tiger or any predator, they may accidentally kill you quick.
Yeah,
But I don't think a lion's gonna or a elephant's gonna
No.
accidentally kill you quick.
maybe. I don't know.
Bro, if you had a sword and a lion's coming at you, you can't defend yourself.
Yeah, not
like
at
you're
all.
dying.
Yeah.
You could literally, like, if it pounces on you, you can stab it in the heart, but it's gonna
gonna
rip
fall
you
on
up
you.
by the time it gets down, and it might die too. But you're
Yeah.
dead.
Or just by having the weight on you.
Yeah,
Like
like
following you. Yeah.
it's like
No,
just
there's
Massive.
like tribes in Africa where people go out and kill lions like by themselves. Like they obviously have to surprise it,
mhm.
but
Yeah.
like that's like still a thing that people do.
Yeah.
Like they go out with a spear, and they go out and hunt a lion like by themselves.
yeah,
I think it's crazy how there's still cultures like that. There's cultures like Seattle, where they're
Bro, cultures are
Dogs.
so different everywhere. Each place, each region has its own culture that's amazing.
and everyone
It's all
feels like
different.
theirs is the norm.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it, like how we have restaurants we talk about too. We talk about like Chick-fil-A or Whataburgers that are southern restaurants. People up north talk about completely different
White
like, things
Castle.
in their life. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Like
Yeah,
all this other stuff is in their life that's their norm. That's not ours.
yeah,
I feel like if you live in New York the whole life, tourists would like seeing tourists is like something that you just see.
yeah.
But if you live here and you see a tourist, you're like, oh, where are you from and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're from New York, you're never gonna ask somebody where they're from.
Yeah.
So I guess
Texas feels like home for me. Like
Yeah.
I feel like it would take many years somewhere else for it to feel like home.
It's its own place, bro. Or I feel it's its own place. It
Yeah.
has its own identity. No other
Secede.
place has the. Yeah, no other state has like the proudness that Texas
Yeah.
has. You know? No other
Pride.
state has Texas-sized or the Texas-shaped waffles. You know.
Bro, you never
Yeah,
had a New
th-
Jersey shaped waffle?
No, that's true though.
Yeah.
There are Texas shaped things that like that's not like others.
California is sort of like that with the shape, the
But-
state,
but
the
they're-
state shape.
But do they have California-shaped waffles?
Probably.
But like I remember like I had some family from New Mexico come here and
Yeah.
they're like, "Why are y'all so prideful? Like, what is
It's
it?
a
Like
Texas
people
thing, bro.
people have Texas flags like in
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
apartment. Like who does that? Like
Yeah.
no one has New Mexican flags. Like it's just not.
Yeah.
Like even if.
But I
people-
like that about Texas.
Like
No, I
peop-
like
if
that,
they
yeah.
have like a Kansas flag in their place. Like I've only really lived in Texas, so when I see that, it's just I'm pretty sure that's like they've been to somebody's house and have a Texas flag.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get a Kansas flag.
I guess
But the pride that Texas has is definitely, I think it's unique to it.
it is definitely
Like the
unique.
Texas
There's nothing-
pledge.
Yeah.
Like that's not a every state
weird.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
it's like it's weird.
It's like unique to Texas, I think.
hmm
Like I'm not gonna pledge my allegiance to
Anywhere else.
Wyoming.
Yeah.
You live in Wyoming.
It's
Imagine.
weird to think.
Yeah.
Texas marketed itself very well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Texas is the only state with a SpongeBob episode.
Really? Oh yeah, yeah.
Sandy, yeah, bro.
They turned
What?
SpongeBob into the shape of Texas.
Yeah.
Bro, like Texas is one of the like I don't want to say one of, but like it's such a recognizable shape.
Yeah.
It's like it's hard to have a a waffle
Yeah.
with another shape, with
Yeah.
another state shape.
Good Texas, yeah.
And like you go around the world and like when I travel and people ask me where you from, I don't say the U.S.
You
because
can say Texas.
I know they know Texas.
Yeah.
I-
You
I'm
can't
from
say
Texas.
like Nebraska. They're
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I mean, it like how we got our independence was like I don't know if it's unique, but it's definitely a good story.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the same thing with Canada. Like you say Toronto, but you say any other like province. Like a lot of people don't know the other one.
Yeah.
Toronto's not a province;
It's a city.
Or yeah, city.
it's Ontario. But yeah, nobody's gonna say that they're from. I guess people will say they're from California.
No, yeah.
Maybe,
Especially now, yeah.
like
I think
people,
California, Florida, Texas,
New York.
New York.
New York. Yeah,
Versus the
but
Bay.
like the other ones is like a lot of people probably wouldn't
no.
understand if you.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's. I mean, a lot of the Texas culture, I can see how. Like when I first got here, I thought it was like how people, like how you have to drive everywhere.
Yeah.
That can be annoying. And how people.
Yeah,
drive
public transportation
big
just
trucks
isn't.
and-
That's
Isn't
not
a big thing here.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's too spread out too. Like to have public transportation really be
Yeah.
that efficient.
Yeah.
Because like the cities would just be spending too much money on like gas and.
I mean, they have them in areas like Dallas has their own like public transportation system and like, but you never see like statewide.
Yeah.
It's like Dallas, Houston, Austin.
Yeah,
That's-
Dallas just has like a bus and the train. They don't have like a subway and.
Well, yeah, but that's still public transportation. It's
yeah,
not a
but it's not
subway.
as like it's not as like intricate or involved in the city as
Mhm.
these big cities
Yeah.
like New York and East Coast cities really.
When I told you about the the guy who was into fungus. Remember? We watched that. He was into mushrooms.
That was me.
Yeah, I think that. I don't think. I
Oh,
saw
was that with
yet.
you? Did we get to the part where he talked about the Japanese subway system?
I think he. I don't know. I think so.
Or yeah, but basically they put a fungus in like the Japanese it was like a
Oh, it was a model of the. It was a model of Japan, and it created its own way, like
yeah.
the subway
So
system,
it
right?
went
I think
it went at the beginning. It went like different ways, like exploring.
Mhm.
And then at the end, it found the most, like, way better than the Japanese did it, the most efficient route for
Yeah.
the subway system. Because it was, like, it had that smarts, like this
Yeah.
fungus. And, yeah, it gave them a much better way to do it. Like, literally the
That's
most
crazy,
efficient
yeah.
way possible.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like we talked about this before. How like nature's
It's efficient.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the hexagon. How bees make it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like spatially the most efficient shape to have like
Mm-hmm.
position like
Yeah.
that. Like if you have squares.
And if we don't understand something fully, like, they think it's not, like, we say it's not as smart. Like, we are smarter. There are certain creatures that are way smarter in certain
Mhm.
ways than we are.
Just
Well,
think differently.
like yeah,
Yeah.
but they think. Like they don't think. They just sort of like it's instinctually. Like,
Yeah, instinctual,
Yeah.
just, like, yeah.
And learning, I think, is how we quantify smarts in a lot of ways. How we say
Mhm.
like not chipmunks, freaking primates, and whales and dolphins are smart just because they like teach their young.
Yeah.
It's not like they see different
Yeah.
patterns and behaviors in different areas that indicates learning.
Yeah,
Rather than
other
instinct.
things like bees, they're smart because what they know, not because what they can know. Like, they can't learn.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't teach them anything.
Yeah.
But like birds can learn. Birds are really smart. So there's definitely animals that are,
Have the capability to learn.
yeah. Like there's this parrot that had like the mental. They said like it had the mental capacity, or like it was comparable to like a 3-year-old. I could talk to, but it's like
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how dumb we were when we were young.
dude, I thought about that
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah,
Shenanigans, I was like, these kids are dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you go to like a kindergarten class and they're just singing songs because they're trying to teach them like social. They're not teaching them anything yet. And then you get to like first grade, they're teaching them how to add. And
Yeah.
it's like seems so like duh, like obviously.
Yeah, like,
but
it
like
just
that
makes
was so
sense.
new and so hard for us at one point.
Yeah.
Bro, like I really do not remember learning addition, multiplication, division.
Really?
I remember learning division.
I remember learning
'Cause
the alphabet.
There's a time.
I wouldn't say I remember. I remember subtraction when you had to carry the one and stuff. Stuff like that. That I remember vividly. That's it though.
I thought addition. I thought that stuff was. I remember thinking it was easy when I was learning about it, but division I had a problem with. Just yeah, I did not like division.
And like our vocabulary, there's like a first time where we
Yeah.
said a certain word, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like it still happens to this day. We're still learning and our
Yeah.
vocabulary is changing.
Growing. Yeah.
But it's just it happens so natural. You don't think about, oh, I'm like I got smarter like this during this
It
time.
just happened.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Like when I was watching that fungus guy, like he's like the way he uses like his words was
He could articulate sentences crazily. Like
Really?
yeah.
like it's hard to describe like how mushrooms work, but the way he said it like painted a picture.
Yeah, I remember
And that's,
looking
like, a
through looking through the comments and said this guy can like articulate his sentences like better than anyone else.
Damn.
Like he's amazing at it.
It's a skill.
And,
Like
yeah, it's a great skill.
or it's like a trait. I
And
feel like some people-
professors are very good at it too.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if you're a professor, you have to be good at explaining it or articulating it in a way that makes sense to people that might not think about it.
But on that Joe Rogan podcast, not on that one, on another one, Elon Musk, the way he spoke, you can see that before he spoke, he was like thinking about what he
Yeah.
was gonna say.
And how to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and how to say it. And I think there's like you can articulate stuff like that and like how you think about it. Like Obama was like that, the president.
Yeah.
You know who Obama is. But
The other
Yeah.
the other Obama.
yeah, and then there's people like that mushroom guy who just speak like that.
Yeah.
They don't have to think about it too
They
much.
just naturally.
That's just the way they speak.
But I
Yeah.
think that was due to him being a professional in that field. Like he
He
was.
probably talks about it. a
Yeah,
lot.
he talks about it a lot. I'm sure if you asked him about personal life, he might not. I'm sure he's great at it, but he might not articulate
Yeah,
as
like
well.
he just has his thoughts about that subject.
Yeah,
together.
and they're so concrete. He's not gonna
Yeah.
change them. So he's
Yeah.
been saying them for so long, you know.
Like there's definitely times where like I'm saying something, and then like I'm sort of thinking about it as I'm saying it. So I'm like, I don't know, do I really think this way, or why would I think
That's
the
how I
other
am.
way?
I talk before I think. Like I just say it, and I'm thinking as I'm going, you know.
I'm trying to get out of that habit though.
Yeah.
But I think it's weird before you talk just to have a pause, Like when somebody asks you a question, you're just like, and then you speak.
I do that in
Instead of-
certain situations. Like when I'm talking to y'all, I don't. But like, let's say I'm in like an interview or talking to someone like important or
take some
something.
time
I
to-
I really like try to make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Like
Yeah.
when people use filler words like or like that indicates that you heard that that you heard their question and you're about to respond to it.
I'm so bad about using filler words.
No,
I hate when
it's-
people
it's
say,
just
and
social.
I do this too, where you say something and they say, huh? But they heard you. They just say that as like a filler word to like think about it for a second.
Yeah.
So then you're repeating yourself, but then they already know what you said.
Yeah.
I hate repeating myself sometimes. Like more than twice.
There you
More
go.
than twice is
Yeah. At that point, you're just not.
It's like, do you even want to have this conversation?
Yeah.
Well, there's also times where, like, when people don't like when you're trying to talk to somebody and you ask them to repeat it. Like, did you ever feel awkward asking somebody to repeat themselves a lot of times?
Yeah.
Like, there's been times
Sometimes.
like when I
But
was
you
working
genuinely didn't hear.
when I was working at Office Max, this lady hung up on me because I could not understand her. I asked her to repeat herself like 7 times, and then I still don't know what she was saying.
It happens.
On the phone, it's harder too, just because it distorts a lot sometimes, the signal and stuff. I always feel bad asking people to repeat themselves, especially like that. Like lots of times, okay, once or twice, okay, that's fine. But once you go a lot more than that, you're just like, oh,
I
damn,
feel like
is
it's-
it on me? Like,
I feel like it's rude. Like if you genuinely can't understand somebody, be like, can you like? It's rude to ask somebody to slow down
yeah.
or.
You know what I think is rude? I notice this in Mexico a lot. When people who speak English assume everyone else should speak English. Like they would go to the bar or something, say, "Let me get one of these." He would say, like he wouldn't understand. It's like a weird drink that doesn't get ordered much.
Yeah.
And then he'd say, like, "I'm sorry, like I don't understand." And they like say English slower, like they'll say like, "I said I like that's gonna help them understand."
Yeah.
Like they
No,
don't know the
no,
vocabulary.
But
Yeah.
it definitely, people that are learning a language or new to a language, saying it slower definitely can help you.
No, it
understand.
Yeah, but
definitely
if you
can't
don't
help.
understand the word, you don't understand the word.
Yeah, but
and you
you
should be
don't-
able to tell when
yeah,
someone.
but saying it slower definitely can help.
Yeah.
So I can see why they do it. I can see how it can be rude too.
Yeah.
There's one thing I've noticed. I don't know. You don't talk like Arabic out, right? With your family,
Not
so-
really, no.
One thing I noticed. So me and my family speak Spanish, but I've noticed it sounds bad. Like I would get why people would feel like threatened or like would feel weird if they heard us just talking out there. Which, I mean, it shouldn't be a big deal. I mean,
I think it's rude.
we all
When-
talk different
I
languages.
think it's
but-
rude when everybody speaks English
Mhm.
except 2 people when they start speaking in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's rude.
No. But like, if I go out with my family and like we go out to dinner or something, or we go like to the mall, whatever, to movies, whatever, and since we just speak in Spanish, like like other people that don't see it as weird, like
Yeah.
Or feel
Yeah, if you're
threatened
speaking
for
to your
something like
family,
that.
I don't
Because
think
they
it's
don't
rude.
know. They're like, you don't know what they're saying.
no, yeah. And
Like-
and I get it. Like I've noticed it. I was like, oh, like sometimes like I'm with my brother and we both speak this. Oh, let's just not speak Spanish because I just don't want other people to like feel weird about us or something. I don't know.
Yeah, when we're out in public, my parents speak English all the time.
Yeah.
But like, let's say we're buying something or selling something,
Yeah.
they'll like say something in Arabic. But it's not that it's like we're trying to be rude. It's just that we really like this is about like we're trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we're buying a car or something, she'll ask me like, how much should we pay this much? I'll probably answer in English because I don't know how to speak Arabic that well, but I
Yeah.
can understand it, so she says it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Culture.
languages is something that I feel like learning new language is a bigger deal here than it is like in Europe or really in a lot of other countries that don't speak English. Just because English is such a, it's such a it's such an important language like worldwide now, where we sort of have a privilege that we learn English
Yeah,
from the
English is
language.
taught in a lot of countries.
Mhm.
Like, just this is what it's taught.
It's natural. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's just what they do. Yeah, we are lucky to to be able to live in the country where it's predominant. We have to know it, because then we can go, not anywhere and be okay, but most big places.
And I think it's good for us that we're like bilingual
Yeah.
and that we can like multiple or like trilingual.
Mhm.
It's just that's like people don't get like we have it naturally.
Yeah.
Without like formal education and that's
Yeah.
like really like an important like aspect that we have that we are lucky to have.
Mhm.
I heard people that speak a language like learning it formally can be like different,
Mhm.
Oh, definitely can. Like, if I took one of the Spanish, like formal Spanish classes, I bet I wouldn't know much just because we talk in so much slang. like the region we come from.
When
Yeah.
I went to Mexico, I surprised myself so much. I don't know if I told you,
No,
but I was speaking Spanish the whole time,
Really?
like to everyone, and it was good. And there would be certain times where I wouldn't know a word, so I'd say it in English, and they'd ask, "Do you not know? Like, do you not speak Spanish?" I said, "Kind of, but like I know more English." They said, "Oh, you have a Hispanic accent.
Really?
Like the way you say it just sounds natural."
My
Which I think just growing up, like that's something I would never learn in school unless I grew up with a
Yeah,
little
no,
bit of Spanish.
yeah.
like my sister was talking about, because she speaks French. And when she went to France, she didn't know that much French, but like she naturally had a good accent.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like, you would ask them a question, then they would start like talking really fast back, but you really don't know it that well. You just like
Yeah, yeah, that's how it was. They would we'd get to a point where it was too advanced for me,
Yeah.
so I'd have to say it in English. But we got so far. They're like, I thought you were like a fluent speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, I really surprised myself. It was dope.
learning a language is, it's like, I feel like it's like a useful thing to do in your life. Like, it's something that I don't want to say you should do, but it definitely should, like, it'll help no matter what situation.
Yeah, I feel.
And I think living here is
always-
probably the least advantage we get out of any country because we know English, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think Spanish here is like the main
The main
useful,
secondary.
yeah, useful secondary language,
I think, like,
especially in Texas.
it's crazy how they can have languages like English and, you know, French and all these Latin languages, and like a lot of the Asian languages, which are based off a completely different alphabet, but you can still like, they're not similar at all, but like people can still translate both.
Yeah.
It's completely different sounds. Sounds just the mouth makes. They don't have anything in common, which is weird to think about.
Like, there's muscles that like a lot of the Asian people's, like with L's, like,
Yeah.
you know,
They just don't
like,
develop them.
yeah, it's like their mouth just has trouble making that
Yeah.
that sound,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and there's sounds that we can't make.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's weird, bro. Like your parents could have a very Texan accent, and you build that yourself, and it's
Yeah.
like,
You just pick it up.
yeah, and it's so natural for the rest of your life. You can
Yeah.
move anywhere else once you're grown, but you have that and some people it does change.
Yeah.
Like some people will be like from Australia and come here and spend the rest of their life here, and by the end of their
Yeah,
life,
yeah.
they have more of an American accent, but it's still always there. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just the way their actual physical mouth is built, and just
It's different.
it works better for that.
Yeah.
do you think that you guys have a southern accent at all?
I don't think I do, but I've been told I have by a few people.
Yeah, the same way. I don't. I feel like I don't, but some people do say sometimes that oh, you can tell you're from the south.
I don't think I have an accent at all, but I've never been told. But
I don't think I have an
think I talk
accent. It's
similar
probably
to you
more
guys.
of the words like y'all and
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
definitely
yeah,
stuff like that.
y'all is more efficient than saying you guys. That's just
Yeah.
weird.
I always
Yeah.
say y'all.
Like, I don't know. There was a time where, like, when I first moved here from Virginia, that I didn't say y'all. I still don't say ain't. I don't like saying ain't.
You know, say ain't.
It feels as unnatural to me. But y'all was something that I felt was weird, and now I just think it's normal.
Yeah.
So we're an hour and 42 in. You want to call it here?
Really? That was fast.
Yeah, I think that was a good one though.
That was a good one. Yeah. I'm cool. You're good.
All right, guys, thanks for listening.
We'll see y'all next time.
Appreciate it. See ya.